Oh, says we're live. Good evening, guys.
Good evening, guys.
Evening, lady.
Who you calling lady?
we got. Lynn, I think I saw Lynn in the chat.
Yeah, well, I was saying good evening to you guys first.
No, Lynn, I'm sorry.
You guys weren't paying attention.
Buffalo Picker in the chat. That's a good YouTube channel I've been addicted to lately.
They're a lot of fun. I was on their show the week before. Dee and Shane were. They're a lot of fun. A lot of positivity on that channel. They're a trip.
They're fourth in here. There we go.
So no cookie points, brownie points, bro points.
No, we don't do that. I haven't established that yet. I haven't even been live in a while. When did I go live? I can't even remember the last time. It's been a couple weeks. Anita's going to be stopping in. I sent the link to Static, but he's not here yet. Let me real quick. Let's say hi to a couple people. John Jones was first in here. It's always nice to get the people involved. And actually tonight, if you guys are watching from Facebook, not that many of my Facebook friends support me. They don't kind of quite understand YouTube. I'm live, and this is what part of what I do is talk about reselling. But tonight's going to be one of those. Look, we can talk about anything. So anything you guys really want to talk about, as long as the language is PG, I don't care, because I really want to know even what's going on in your area as far as how you guys are handling the COVID-19 crisis and stuff like that. Chris the Goose. Anita's setting up her camera. She is in here. Carol, bargain shopper. Actually, Carol, I'm going to do a video soon. I've been busy. If anyone doesn't know, I do grocery delivery for Instacart, and then I do property management, and then I sell online too. So I've been busy with all that stuff. Plus, on top of it, dealing with adjustments in medical schedules and stuff like that, and everything here that's going on. So, yes, strange people. Uh-oh.
That's why he had to move down.
That's right. That's why Craig was the first one I sent the message to. Buffalo Picker, thank you for stopping. Landshark Picker, I don't know who that guy is.
That's money.
Hey, Clifford, thank you for stopping in. Clifford's from Canada. Marie, how are we doing? Adam, my friend who lives in New Jersey, thank you for stopping. I appreciate it.
I wore my hat tonight for Cliff, just hoping that he would show up.
There you go. Shelly Mahood. I never looks like a new one. Hey, Mike, thank you for stopping.
What's up, Mike?
We got about 6 people invited here, so we got 3 that showed up so far. I don't know. There's Jason, but I don't know if he's coming by.
I thought that was Jason Johnson.
Jason Johnson.
Huh? Yeah, I don't know. I messaged him earlier about coming on. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on.
That's right. You're damn right I did that. 8 down. 8 profiles. You hear him? You hear him? He's trying to talk smack on me and Cletus. What are you talking about? That was the highlight of the show. He got a little haywire. I'm not going to let somebody take me out like that. Not going to happen. I'm never going away, Patdees. Matter of fact, this show is going to go into watching Patdees. We're going to watch Patdees video. We're going to make fun of them the whole damn time.
Hey, that was I love that thing. That was a great show.
That was probably the best one I've ever been a part of.
That was
back in the
good. I think I have to agree, John. I think that was one of the best ones I've been on.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeremy, thanks for stopping, buddy. I know it's late out. I think you're on the same time zone I had. But I invite Static, but he didn't show up tonight. But maybe that's the intro I'm going to use when we're doing this. And what strange times we're in right now. I mean, 3 months ago. Wait a minute. 3 months ago, this is what we were doing. Hold on.
Roots. Just wanted to wish you and your viewers a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hey Patdees, this is Scott the Bearded Picker. I just wanted to give a shout out to all your friends, subscribers, and internet strangers.
Happy holidays, pilots of all ages and YouTubers around the world.
This is Alex, Fat Man the Flipper. I'm your friendly neighborhood fat man.
All the viewers, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Doesn't seem like that's been 3 months ago.
It seems like we've been through a whole year since that happened. I'm about done with 2020. If you're about done with 2020, type 1 in the chat. If you just want to fast forward to 2021, let's click our heels together and be There's No Place Like Home.
Can we get
I can only make those 30-second clips. That's all when you have the StreamYard. Oh, yes, first time on your lives. I'm a Locker Nuts fan. I saw you were there and subscribed. Oh, yeah, me and Jack are friends, so I appreciate you guys stopping.
What do all these friends cost you every month? You must be spending quite a bit.
Yeah, I used to last year. I enjoyed doing all the lives that I did, but it consumes a lot of time, and sometimes my listing got to kind of put on hold because I got caught up in doing too much YouTube and stuff like that. So, but trying to balance that all out, and always wanting to just do shows that that I feel are quality, and we're not just we just talked about that yesterday and stuff like that. So. Hey, right. Steven's actually from Pennsylvania, too. Thank you for stopping. Marie, thank you. Oh, thank you. I love you, too. Thank you. Your Amish Flipper, he's in here.
Nice.
What was all the ones put in for?
I don't remember what he said.
Hey, this is my local friend, Tiny. I actually delivered to him on Instacart, and he's been a friend of mine for about 18 years. He actually was a wood carver. He used to carve bears and all kinds of things and stuff. He did that as a business and used to frequent my restaurant and stuff like that. So there's a friend that supported me even on YouTube and in my background. So Craig, what's going on? And why don't you let everybody know who you are? We'll assume that I'm sure people do, but where you're from and what you do.
Yeah, that's cool. I know a lot. John, cut that out. Yeah.
John, you look. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me highlight John. Looks much better that way. Hold on. Yeah, John, you look much better now. When you can't breathe and you pass out in 5 minutes, then I'm just going to remove you from the stream. All right.
That'll be perfectly fine.
Nice. Sorry, I don't have a gas mask to put on. Yeah, my name is Craig, Landshark picker. I'm in the great state of Alabama. We're not on complete lockdown yet. They are starting to shut down some of the non-essential, type stores, athletic facilities, all that kind of stuff. But still on eBay, Amazon, small amount on Amazon, Poshmark and Macari. So
they just passed. We're on lockdown unless you do something essential and you still can get out.
Right.
But they're really concerned right now. I live about an hour and 15 minutes from New York City, and if anybody has seen the news, I mean they have over 15,000 cases, and the largest. I mean, they are the largest city in the United States, so it does make sense that they would have that issue and as being as close that they are. But man, strange times right now, and for the most part, people are being nice. But as I go out shopping, boy, I'm hearing more and more people complaining about the out of towners coming in and getting to the point that they are getting a little ugly. I mean, today I did an Instacart order, and I got 7 frozen bags of vegetables, like 3 or 4 were corn, 1 was brought, and I get up there and they would not let me get more than 4. And she said, nope, that's it. And I said, you got like 2,000 bags back there. I said, I'm shopping for other people. And well, that's the rule. And, I was like,
what do you have to do with Instacart when you're in that situation? Because I know that usually if you don't have a certain item, you can substitute.
They take it. Yeah. The problem is I get paid per item. And so, I mean, luckily it didn't affect me too much. It was only like probably about $1. And Instacart, if you guys watched my video that I did the other day, Instacart is very busy. So I'm doing okay. I'm not doing it. I don't want to portray it that I'm doing 8 hours a day because I'm not. I'm picking and choosing orders. I'm only doing at the most 2 or 3 orders a day. My older son does it along with his fiance, and they're doing it too. And what is that? Is that the bells? Is that
For whom the bell tolls.
yeah, John? See, John, if you quick get a glance of it, it looks like a horse face.
It does.
Yeah. Yeah. John has issues.
You need to say,
hey, Mother's Mustache, Ansley, thank you for stopping in. I almost called her Carol because you got on the mind. So thank you for stopping. Bada Leon, thank you for stopping too. I appreciate you guys. And Mike's sitting in his underwear, so I don't know if he wants the world to know that, but what the hell? Let's tell him. Sit in my underwear wearing a helmet, carrying a rifle. Yeah, I ran. If you guys saw my Instagram post the other day, I ran into a guy, and oh, hey Shane, and he had one of these masks on that John is wearing, and I was like, oh my God. And he's showing me a picture of his rifles lined up. And I was like, oh my God. I thought he was going to show me pictures of rolls of toilet paper or something like that. But I'll tell you what, the Dollar Generals are doing a hell of a business. But I think we're going to have, I honestly don't think, I mean, Disney just announced that they are closed indefinite. What are the grocery stores like? The grocery stores are doing a hell of a business. They are offering bonuses of about $2 an hour to their employees. My wife actually still has to go into her job because she works for a large company, Dunn Manning, where they run gas stations and convenience stores, and my wife runs the Subway for them, and she oversees a couple Subways. And so they are the Subway actually is slow now, but the grocery stores are doing, I mean, people, and I tried to explain this to someone the other day. You got to keep in mind, you're talking about roughly $50-60 billion a month that's not going out to eat no more. Some restaurants, even though you can do takeout here in Pennsylvania, they've just said the hell with it and closed it down because their model is not made to do takeout. Because really, the only two things that really seem to do good on takeout as far as packaging is Chinese and pizza. And subs, I guess, do okay, but a lot of food, like even like a roast beef dinner, meatloaf dinners, those things are very hard to package right. And frankly, there's just a lot of people that there was one restaurant out in our town that tried to do it for like a week, and they finally just said, "No, we just can't do it no more," and they closed up temporarily. I mean, we didn't pass a $2 trillion bailout because they think this problem is going to be fixed in a week. This is going to be, honestly, I don't really see any light until probably June, in my opinion. Because again, this is not something that is going to be resolved until they get a handle on it. And, if you see, they just passed now, General Motors is going to start making, ventilators and stuff like that. I was listening to a guy, and I've been into a lot of stores. In the last 2 weeks, I've been into, at least 90 stores. And I hear an older guy talking about it. It reminds him of what went on during World War II and how the whole nation changed and factories changed and attitudes changed of different people. And I think even back then, I somehow they used to give out like rationing stamps, what people could get and stuff like that. And how are you? What's the S&H stamp? Yeah.
I got all these green stamps here, but yeah, that's what they would give away. Well, that wasn't exactly what they would use, but it's similar. This was actually an advertisement that a company would use to get people to come in their store and buy stuff, but it was directly linked to the green stamps that they would do because that's why they're green. Back in World War II. I agree with you. I don't think that I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know where we're going to end up this time of year from now. But heck, we could be at COVID-23 by then. Who knows? And the best thing about this viral agent is that I was reading a research paper today, and they says that it mutates really quickly, and that's bad. Like a lot of mutations real quick for a virus is bad because it'll mutate itself out of existence. If you want to, if you want something to, the mutation should, if they come slow and gradual, that means there's a better chance that it'll mutate into something more dangerous. And if it mutates rapidly, that it just doesn't have a chance to it'll mutate itself out eventually. It won't be able to be it won't be harbored inside humans, is what the thing was saying.
Wow. I don't think we're at the top of the curve yet, you know.
No, and as they do more testing, and I realized about 3 weeks ago when they said that Disney World was closing for 2 weeks, and I said it. If you follow me on Facebook, I said there's something they're not telling us. This is bigger than they're letting on, and some people are like, well, why would you say that? I think had they said, you know, hey, we got 48-hour notice, we're going on lockdown. People like, you think the stores are nuts now? People would have been. I mean, and people are complaining now. It would have been. They just can't handle it. If we would have done something, I wish I would have realized, honestly, this was as serious as it was back in February, because I'll tell you, I managed my son's 401k and I look like a moron because 3 years worth of gains are wiped out in 3 weeks.
It'll recover. It's just a matter of how long it takes to recover, I think.
Well, and again, there's going to be a lot of industry. You're not, even if they say, okay, you're not going to have people just rushing right out there. And, you know yourself, imagine 2 months worth of money not coming in. And I mean, imagine a big corporation.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you got, hey, Don the bartender, thanks for stopping, buddy.
What's up, Don?
I mean, you got like these cruise lines, you know, billions of dollars, and people just don't, it takes time, you know, it takes time for people to get back into, we were actually going to go maybe to Disney in October, and now we've changed our mind because of things that are going on, and then Christmas is just too busy. But you know how it is. I mean, you go out and like I go out in public, and you do a little cough or you sneeze a little, and you know, it's like, and everywhere you go, what they're doing now, they're actually taping the floor where you should stand, and
right.
You know, they're putting blue lines up, they're putting X's at the Dollar General, and some for the most part, most of the employees are fine, but some of them, especially in our area, because we are so close to New York and New Jersey, I'll be in another aisle and I hear them complaining and stuff, and kind of breaks my heart a little bit, though, that you know, it's like you feel like it's one of those end of the world things, and we're kind of complaining that somebody's coming in and doing two grocery carts of food. Maybe they have 6 kids, and don't forget, Dollar General's carts compared to like the big like Walmart carts, they're much smaller. You know what I mean? And people got to do what they got to do. They don't realize a lot of kids in college, when they went off to school or college, they ate there. So now they got to eat at home. So the dollars, that's changing, and stuff like that. I saw Mike comment. Maybe you talked about silver, John, earlier. Silver paper versus. I haven't looked at the price lately, but I mean, in times like these, usually
58, I think.
Yeah, I like, honestly, just for the collectability, I like old silver coins, like the 100-year-old ones. I mean, you're not gonna make them again. I don't necessarily. One thing I could never understand with. And I've always said that I like silver, and I don't own any gold. You can't eat it. You can't live in it. So, you know, I think in times like this, still the most important thing is the roof over your head, you know, food in your fridge, food in your cupboard, and, you know, and really each other. You know, if you're in a company and you're young enough and got plenty of time to retire, I guess don't worry about the stock market. You know, I mean, my son, he works for General Dynamics, a defense contractor. And he's not sweating it. And I told him, he said somebody at work is like, oh my God, I lost $200,000, and I believe it. Oh, okay. Here, Jeremy, well, I'll check that out. Watch our video today if you like 100-year-old. Oh, I love it. I love coins. I love baseball cards. I love old vintage toys. Adam is mentioning at ShopRite. Yeah, I saw that at Giant. Sneeze guards were put up. That's not going to change either. They're not going to take them down. This is life changing. You know, if anyone, and I'm not going to get political here, but if anyone knows President Trump, and I know him because I used to watch when he did, what was that show called? Where you're fired.
Yeah. What was
The Apprentice, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was always a germaphobe and didn't shake people's hand. And when he became president or before that, he had to start, you know. And I think this is really going to change how people I still got people. It's funny in the grocery store, though. I don't get all. They still come up to me and give me a hug and hello and stuff like that. But they're not hacking. They get in the car, we're putting sanitizer on and stuff like that. But my hands are actually getting dry from the damn sanitizer. And but some of the grocery I'm doing is they're just like, leave it on the porch. And I'm like, okay.
Well, I think that's kind of part of it. I'm not planning to live in fear of it. I'm just trying to be smart, you know?
Right.
Stay out of the situations that are going to be a potential situation where you could get infected, you know? Big groups. Stay away from people. I mean, it's one of those things you just got to adjust to the times, you know?
Right.
What's up, Ken? Good to see you.
No, yeah, I don't think anyone said it was a hoax. I don't. It's for real.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've never been the kind of guy that says I told you so. But for anyone that's been friends with me on Facebook, I have been screaming at the top of my lungs about this since almost New Year's, telling people that that there's something, because there's something coming out of China. It's going to be bad. You need to make sure you have food. I didn't scream it to my community, but I run a Fredericktown Facebook group and I run a City of Fredericktown page, and I started nonchalantly posting how to prepare for, what items you need to have put back, and just was posting one of the two of those a week, and and nobody pays attention. Nobody cares. I mean, it's just like, not to get all biblical, but there's the story in the Bible of the 10 virgins who 5 of them were prepared. They had their oil, their wicks and everything. And the other 5 were like, we don't have oil. Give us some oil from your lamp. And they're like, we can't give you oil because we won't have enough. And it comes back to the idea of when something happens and you think that you're going to rely on somebody else, they're not going to be able to give you their stuff. They're just not going to be able to, because they're not going to have enough. Right. So it's important that we all make sure that we have stuff. And God forbid, if this turns bad, but I'm praying that it turns around, that it's just something to shake America awake. And we understand and we realize that it's important that we are prepared for what comes at us in life. And maybe not having a brand new car every 4 or 5 years is what's important. Maybe it's important to make sure that you have some savings and that you've invested properly and that you've invested in multiple different sources, even if it's putting, who's the guy that's the Christian that does all the advice for finances? He says, put back an emergency, Dave Ramsey, put back an emergency fund. I saved up a year's worth of salary until, before I quit my job, and I haven't touched a dime of it. So, if something would go south right now, I could make my house payment for a year and live and be okay. But how many Americans don't have that? I drive an old car, a 2001 GMC Yukon with the sun, with the roof felt stuff falling out on my head.
Right.
But I don't have a car.
We got 2 guests coming in the back there. Hold on 1 second.
They're coming.
This
That's
guy.
Right. You damn right. I did that. 8 down. 8 down. 8 profiles. You hear him? You hear him? He's trying to talk smack on me and Cletus. What is he talking about? That was the highlight of the show. He got a little haywire. I'm not going to let somebody take me out like that. Not going to happen. I'm never going away, Patdees. Matter of fact, this show is going to go into watching Patdees. We're going to watch Patdees videos. We're going to make fun of them the whole damn time.
Well, that ain't Jason Static.
Hey. Oh my God. So was that just a video, or I think that was a video, right?
Well, I don't know. I thought he was back there again. I keep on, he's going to watch Patdees videos and hey, Anita, how are you?
Good, good. Sorry I'm late. I was still getting ready.
Well, we wouldn't have done the show if you wouldn't have been here. And I was ready to pack it all in. You know, we can't be hanging out. And I was just going to say the same thing. And I'm glad that Carol's saying it.
Thank you.
Anita's
Thanks,
so beautiful.
She's making us guys. I didn't put on my makeup. I didn't fix my hair.
I'm gonna put the mask back on. So
I'll send you some beauty products, Craig. Don't worry.
Oh, good luck. Good luck.
I saw a comment in the chat just a minute ago. Now I lost it. We were talking about the whole virus thing. The thing that scares me is I think we're getting to the point in time where the next big war is going to be fought with things like this.
Right.
Yeah.
Or it's going to be highly technical.
I feel like we're at war already.
Yeah, it's not going to be that somebody dropped the bomb on something.
Yeah.
I don't have my tinfoil hat around here anywhere, but let me put my conspiracy theory hat on right now. What if this already is the beginning of the next big war?
Definitely, yes.
What if you're seeing the shot fired at who was it, Duke Ferdinand or Archbishop or whatever the heck that guy's name was in World War I? Where's Eric when you need him? Because he's the history guy. He's the professor. But for me, you know, it's what if you're seeing, I mean, you're seeing China posture in the South China Sea there, making all these little islands and doing all these moves during the Obama presidency, and now Trump, and he starts saying, no, we're not going to do none of that stuff anymore. We want this and we want that, we want this and we want that. And next thing you know, most of our major cities are now being locked down and our stock market's tanked 1/3 and China's buying up a bunch of tech stocks. You hope it ain't true, but
look at Steven.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely going to be something 20 years if we're here that we're going to be talking about.
But look at Steven Straight's comment. It says that it's just a test run. That could definitely fit in. You know, they want to see how quickly something can spread.
Well, the best part about it is that the United States government is sending out enough money for every United States citizen to buy an AR-15 and a bunch of rounds of ammunition. So when they show up, we'll give them something. You want to come over here poking around? Well, okay. Our government.
So you're not going to buy toilet paper and soup, John, with your $1,200?
I told you I run a prepper board for over 30,000 people. I would be a very bad administrator of a prepper board if I didn't already have at least 100 rolls of toilet paper put back.
I think just like right now for a month's worth, I think it's probably all we need for now. I think some people are just going, the extra mile buying all that toilet paper. It's too much.
But I think, to be honest, most of us. Basically, you're prepared. You have guns too, so it don't even matter as far as that. You're prepared for that. Anita, I want to ask you, how are things in California? I mean, it's the biggest. 37
million bad. Yeah, I know. Right now, I know 2 people that have it. Not close or relatives or anything, just acquaintances. There's one man here actually on my street right now that has the virus that's being quarantined at home.
You're gonna need to pick her out. If she's that close to it, she's gonna need to be in this thing.
No, he's already. They apparently kept him at the hospital for 2 days, and since he didn't need a ventilator or anything, they did send him home and said to quarantine at home, away from, just to be in a separate room from the rest of the family, which is 3 other people. And then there's one where it's my cousin's, like a second cousin's aunt. Who has it as well. And again, if you have it, one person has it in the family, most likely everybody else has it in that family as well. So she has it, her husband has it, and her 2 kids have it. So and her basically her husband is the one that's being is that in the worst condition because he's 70 years old. So he's in the hospital on a ventilator. But as far as the other 3 family members, they're at home.
I've got it's funny. Shane made me lose my train of thought. He's going to go get another tattoo at this money, but I mean, if you look at it, I've got some contacts that are that are medical. And if you look at what's going on in the cities, to where, I mean, if you listen to the pleas of the nurses and the medical practitioners, the reason why I'm getting into the whole flattening out the curve and to like socially distance yourself from other people. And this is why, people. This is exactly why. This virus is like a nuclear agent. It's radioactive. The smaller dose you get of that, the better off you are. If you're out licking doorknobs and you get a huge viral load inside your body, it's really hard for your body to fight that off. Because instead of, say, if you're getting 1 million particles of viral infection in your body because you're out licking doorknobs or whatever, or say if someone just sneezes and like 500 or 600 viruses land in your nostril, you're better off to start out with a small viral load inside your body, because your body can start attacking it immediately and it starts building up immunity and antibodies to it. But it's when that stuff overruns your body, that's why it's important to not be out. No one's licking doorknobs, obviously, but it's important not to exposing yourself to it over and over. You wonder, why are the nurses dying? Why are these young doctors dying? And it's because they're continually being exposed to the virus and different people that have the virus. And that's why doctors and medical professionals are at a disadvantage to the rest of us, because they're around it 12, 15 hours a day.
Yeah.
We just had a lady arrested in our area for Josh, what was she doing? Coughing on food in the store?
Yeah, they had to throw away 35,000.
Yeah, 30. That's in our area. That's half an hour.
That's terrible. Why would they do stuff like that? And so it's already bad. It's already bad. Why are they adding to it?
I know.
People. Yesterday, I saw online that here in Glendale, somebody had a big wedding. What again? 2-something hundred people. I'm like, what? If you have one job to do, sit home and wait it out. It's not that hard. Why would somebody in this situation where there's thousands and hundreds of thousands of people in the hospital, why would they go out to a wedding and put themselves at risk? Why would they do that?
Sorry, Pat. I can explain. It's because you don't know how many names I was called during the month of January, especially when things kind of, it's just the flu. You're a conspiracy theorist. You're an idiot. You're stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. And then you slowly started seeing it build momentum. Yeah. And then people are like, then you start seeing it's just the flu argument go away. And in the beginning, people thought it was just the flu. People are out there going, it's just the flu. The flu kills more people. The reason why, but the flu killed that many people over 6 months.
Right.
Killing that many people over a month, 6
days or so.
Imagine what it would be like if they didn't implement social distancing, if they didn't admit. I mean, Trump's talking about quarantines of like New York City and Los Angeles and stuff like that. I read a news article earlier. They were looking to call up troops that have already served in the military to call people back into service so that they could, for what? I don't know.
Wow. Isn't it big out in Washington?
Yeah.
Isn't there a big population out there that's got it?
But they're kind of on top of their curve now because they were the first to have it.
Okay. I
so
didn't know
Washington will be the first state to recover. So this is what you do. If you're really smart, you wait till Washington starts trending downwards, and you run to Washington and you wait out the rest of the nation there. If you have the resources to do something like that, go hold yourself up in a small town in Washington in a hotel somewhere until it's all over with.
Hey, I appreciate everyone, Anita. I appreciate you stopping in, everyone hanging out tonight. I haven't done a live in a while, but real quick, I want to address something. And I was talking with Craig and John before the show started, but a viewer that used to see in other chats and stuff like that, I just realized, and it kind of sucks that you take yourself away from social media sometimes to take a break, and sometimes you miss out on things. And I just want to basically let everyone know that and just pay respect to Eric Liddy. He used to hang out in the chat. Yeah, he passed away. He lived in my area about 2 miles away from my son in Avoca, and he was 37 years old and had a stroke back on March the 5th. And unfortunately, and I just found out yesterday, and I I felt bad because I remember in the chat he was a funny guy, and we got talking a little bit. I wasn't close friends with him and stuff like that, but I appreciate everyone that comes and supports my channel, and I've become friends with here. So I always feel bad, when you go through in life and you always wonder what happened to somebody, and unfortunately March 5th, Eric left us. So I just want to, if anyone's watching that, follows Eric and stuff, support and love to his family. So thank you guys.
Yeah. That's too young to die for sure.
Yeah.
Of a stroke for sure.
I know.
Wow. That's a downer, man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, and everything that's going on now. I mean, honestly, we went to my wife's aunt was in Texas 3 weeks ago and had a heart attack and passed away. And we went to the viewing, and we were like, oh my God, I couldn't believe how close people were to one another. And, thank God nobody's sick and stuff like that. But it's like, this is going to change. I mean, a lot of people just aren't going to go to funerals right now.
No.
Just because of everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think you're going to see a lot of things postponed, which is tough. It's something like a wedding. You were talking about the wedding earlier, Anita. That's you've been planning a wedding for 6 or 8 months. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think that if everybody was taking this seriously and stayed at home and just, didn't go out for anything except emergency situations, this thing would have been over already by now. I think that it's just the more they go out, the more they think it's a joke is what's spreading it more.
Jeremy said he's going to start a tiger zoo, but if you do, you got to get all the earrings, the mullet, and the peroxide perm.
Yeah, some Netflix shows are becoming popular right now.
Yeah.
And I've been watching the same thing still. My wife goes to me, how many times are you going to watch this? I've been watching Shawshank Redemption for 2 months. Every night I watch it, usually twice.
Oh my God, I don't know how you do that. I watched a freaking Netflix movie the other night called The Platform, and it's only in Spanish. So if you watch it, you either need to speak Spanish or don't do anything else because you got to read the subtitles. Yeah. And I'm so conflicted over this TV show. Part of me is like, it's propaganda, and the other part of me is like, but it's true. And I don't want to tell you the idea of it and I just encourage people to go watch it and to think for themselves about it. But I see it as being at one point they attack the bourgeoisie, which is the middle class, and you'll see it happening in the film. But it's based on a structure. It's like a prison that's like 250 floors in this platform with food comes down from the top, and it starts out fully like stocked with food. And by the time that it gets down a little bit, like people are eating the food with their hands, and you got to watch it. It's an interesting show. I would love to do it. I'd love for everyone to watch it and then do a show about it and talk about it because it's just that interesting.
I have a hard time watching videos or movies that have subtitles that are in other languages. I'm trying so much to concentrate on reading the words. I'm not catching.
Well, especially at night if you're tired. Like I like to watch Narcos, but I can't watch it at night. And now I had to start wearing glasses again. And I like it, but boy, if you're missing, like, what the heck? So then I just get frustrated. This is why I guess I watch the same thing over and over again because I can not, and I know what the scene is in my mind.
I'm sure everybody right now has watched probably all the shows on Hulu and Netflix.
I think I sunk to an all-time low. I was scrolling through. I was on Amazon Prime Video, and I scroll past the new videos, and it's got Jay and Silent Bob rematch something. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't live on
Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime should be doing its part and not charging us to watch movies because we have nothing to do right now, and that's all we have to do. Yeah,
I like on Amazon Prime Sneaky Pete. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that yet. That's pretty good. Now let me ask you guys: is anyone discovering a new? I've been thinking about like you, and I haven't been doing much on YouTube lately, only because I've been busy with everything else. I wonder what YouTube star comes out of this. because there's people definitely, they're saying that Zoom stock has been going through the roof because a lot more people are going online and working from home. So I wonder what YouTube star, like any of you guys have seen any new channels that you've been watching at all?
No.
I've been watching I like Leon Lush. I watch a lot of commentary YouTube channels, and Cody Co, Leon Lush. I watch freaking just tons. I watch tons of stuff, but let me see if I can find it here. You guys continue while I find the name of the other guy.
Well, I see some people now are doing baseball card videos, basketball, and they made fun of me 2 months ago. But now people are trying to think of things to do, and they're doing auctions, they're doing baseball card videos, they're painting the house, they're cleaning out their garage, and
the number one trend that seems to be in the reselling community right now is hey guys, this is channel and I'm picking my house to find stuff to resell on eBay. And I'm like, there's like 500 videos out there right now. And I'm like, I ought to come in. I'm like, hey guys, this is John, and I'm going to pick my antique store because I have stuff in the store that I could sell on eBay and make money.
I'm surprised I haven't seen any of the bigger YouTubers do recap, like the best of finds that they had the last year. But a lot of them don't hang on to the footage. Once they put it up on YouTube, they delete it, or they don't remember where. Like I remember when I was hanging out with Taco Stacks a couple months ago, and I had said to him, "Why don't you do?" And he says, "Oh, the time to do that." But a lot of times with these TV shows, when they go back, they'll do highlights. What the thing is, though, YouTube sometimes is more work than a television show because, you got people release 250, 300 videos. See, Jeremy says it doesn't get, never got views. Yeah, but I'm saying maybe that would be different now. I obviously don't know.
I'm going to do. It's the thing is none of my videos get views, so I just do whatever the hell I want. That's the best part about it. I just like, what do I feel like filming today? And I film it. Yes, or the couple days ago, we filmed going to an artesian well. I put it up on my channel. It gets 300 views, whatever.
Right. Yeah, they want new content.
I think a bloopers kind of role would be pretty cool. Because so many people edit their videos. Doing the video.
I saw somewhere in the chat the other day, someone was complaining that some people were being too funny. I'm like, oh my god, like
too funny.
Why anybody would complain? Like, don't watch it then.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I mean, you get like Jeremy. He does what? I don't know. Let's say 350 videos a year. There's television shows that don't do that many episodes in 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it's like it's a lot of work.
Yes.
So
well, if you get out of the algorithm, it's from what I understand, it's a lot harder to get back into it.
Yeah,
it's a lot of work.
My views have been. What's funny though is one of my best views videos is the Full Junior Designs, and all of a sudden, it's my top video. Like okay, it's only getting 100 videos a day, but that one was made like 8-9 months ago.
I had one. I think I told you about it. My how-to video. I'm using an iPhone for a webcam. It's a year old, and it finally came to life almost a month ago. Just out of the blue. I don't know why.
Oh, you were making fun of me last year when I was doing my shows, and I was doing the Thursday show with Kimmy, and Craig made a comment. Next, we'll be seeing Pat do this type of video. Hold on.
Yeah, I just make videos that I enjoy anymore. Your birdhouse.
No,
Craig, do you remember saying that?
Yeah.
He said next we're gonna see Patdees doing a birdhouse video, and I got this on one of my Goodwill. I found this in the death pile, I guess as we call it. And I said, I put this to the side. I said, one day, Patdees is going to make a video how to do a birdhouse. The problem is I don't have much patience, so I'm worried about 10 minutes into it that I'm going to ask my kid for the hammer. And
To smash it.
Yeah, how to smash a birdhouse. You know, it's brand new in the box. I bought it for $1.99. And Patdees is gonna have a birdhouse video one day. You know, the calm side of Patdees.
You'd be amazed at the small. You make fun of that, but you'd be amazed at this type of videos that are like that. Right. Just tons and tons and tons of views.
Yeah, it's just you never know what's gonna blow up on YouTube. And what just kills me is I see somebody with like 300,000 subs, and they're like, "You don't even know the struggle on YouTube. It's so hard. It's such a grind." I'm like, I don't want to say any bad words because it's Pat's channel, but I want to insert whatever your favorite dirty word is, because try making video every day and not getting any traction. I said, and then I just realized I started doing this for me, and then I fell into the community. I didn't even know there was a community. I fall into the community, and then I'm like, oh, I want to be a YouTuber, and then I just can't. I don't know. And then I got back to the idea that I just want to make videos for me again. And if other people want to watch, then we'll come along on the journey. And if not, go watch one of the other 500 people that are packaging items and shipping them out. If that's what you want to see, that's great. I mean, if there's a formula that works, I just can't do it. I can't be that guy.
But I think there's so many people. If you look back a year ago, how many new faces do you see channel wise now that have come out over the last year?
Oh, type in eBay in the chat, and you'll see people that you don't even know exist with 100,000, 60,000. There are people in this community that are huge that the community don't even know about. They're making eBay videos and stuff like that because they come into YouTube and they don't set out to make connections. They don't set out to make friends. They set out to make videos, and they do it, and they're pretty, or they're really got good information, or they're just funny, or they just click. And there's things that subconsciously, when you watch a person, you're either turned on to them or you're turned off to them. And it's the body language of a person that if you can figure all that out, then you can do really well. And some people just have it naturally. They're just naturally pretty and naturally, I don't know. Patdees. Yeah, just watch Patdees. You'll see. Take notes.
Yeah. Some people just like to make videos and they don't want to make friends, and they don't want to be part of a community. They just put their videos and that's it.
I like making friends, and then when you make friends, just like, hold on a second, I wanna film, and then they're like, what the hell? Hey, I did put out I put the StreamYard in because I invited 6 people. There's 4 of us here, so if anybody, we have room for 1 or 2 more. That if they want to pop in, there's the StreamYard link. Shane, if you want to pop in, Storage Legend. I mean, Jeremy's probably in bed right now, and
above 4, it's $24.95 an hour, right? Though.
And you need to wear pants to come in.
Yeah, you got to wear pants, Jeremy. But now he definitely is not going to stop. But look, even if you only want to pop in for 5 or 10 minutes, yes, exactly. What else? If you there's the link there. Come in. I actually enjoy doing these shows. It's just for me, it's hard sometimes to. And I made this decision earlier today, and I reached out to you guys. My wife was like, last week, why don't you do a show? And I'm like, when I'm not in the mood. Here comes my buddy.
Ooh, hello.
Jane.
What's up, guys?
What's up, buddy? Thank you for stopping. I appreciate it.
Jason Static says, I just want to create content that I enjoy doing, but you can't create that kind of content on this platform. You have to go over to one of the adult sites to do that, Jason.
Yeah.
I'm gonna create more of my. Everybody thinks I'm not giving up on the baseball. Let me tell you, the baseball card video. I enjoy the hobby, so I kind of want to be like down the road. Let's say 5 years down the road, where people say, "Oh, do you know anything about baseball?" Oh, talk to Patdees. He knows about Locker Nuts will talk about me a lot. On their lives, they'll say like a number of how many cards. I'm like, no, there's not that many cards. That's 2,000 because I know the box and what they're worth. Like, I don't tell people not to buy this stuff, but I'll give a little advice or what to look for and things like that. And that's one of the things I want to. And you know what? If I don't make money doing it, or if I do make $5 or $10 from it, I'm okay with that. I enjoy the hobby, and it's something I enjoy, and I hope I find out. And there is an audience out there for it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you can find them.
You just don't have to. You just have to not expect results right away. You have to keep doing
Right,
it.
exactly. Put the time in, be patient.
Yeah.
My bird is going to take off. I have a feeling. What do you think, Shane?
Yes.
I think
we should do it.
you're onto something with the baseball card thing, because collecting is coming back pretty rapidly. And, Gary Vee's talked about it on his show about how baseball card collecting is coming back. I mean, I used to be a huge baseball card collector, and, I've been buying a few lots from online auction sites, stuff like that. I don't know. I think it's coming back for sure.
That show that we did, a year or so ago, Pat, on my channel?
Yeah.
I still get residual views on it. Not a huge number, but, that was at least a year ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, when I only had like 300 subscribers, and the one that I did, I have like 4,000. And to be honest, it's easy for me to talk about because I've been collecting cards and buying and selling them on eBay since I was 12 years old. I mean, I had a customer come into the restaurant, and I sold $7,000 worth of sports memorabilia and stuff for him in 10 days on eBay a couple of years ago when he was moving to Florida. And I did it on a commission. I made $500 from the 7,000, but it didn't take me a lot of time. Like the Joe Montana rookies I sold were $450 a piece. I had 5 minutes and I sold them 2 of them. For me, growing up, I grew up poor, but I always had 50 cents or 75 cents to go buy a pack of cards. And I was more towards baseball. I like football too, but I was always, and I just enjoy the hobby. And there's actually big money into it. Like Shane said, if you watch some of Gary Vee's videos, there's some big people that and now they do such limited edition cards like 10 autographs, things like that.
Well, I think your big money is in like the newer like Panini basketball cards and like swatch cards, game use swatch, the limited stuff. Like the old stuff, like I was bidding on a lot online, and I seen a Hakeem Olajuwon card, and it was a $34 card on eBay. $34, not bad. Like the lot was, I bid 40. It went over that, and I just didn't bid anymore. But like I'll pick out a couple cards, and I'll comp them up on eBay. And if 1 or 2 cards will pay for the whole lot, I'll buy a whole lot.
Yeah. What I find is that you can go out and buy the people who invest money into sports memorabilia, they will invest money at the cost of their own well-being sometimes.
Right.
Yeah. If you and this is not me being, a bad reseller. This is me saying what I do is I know that these people buy this stuff. I hate to hear that, Buffalo. I was hoping you'd come on. But what I would really like to have, what you can do is that you can buy the high-end stuff. Because, man, if this is a hat that's, autographed by some famous Canadian hockey player, was Wayne Gretzky Canadian? Sorry, I don't know. But say if it was, it was autographed by Wayne Gretzky or whatever, and you have a certificate of authenticity on that. That's something that's always going to be worth money. And you know that you can pay up for that. And you know that you're going to sell it quickly. And it's the same way with your, Tom Brady rookie cards, Alex Rodriguez rookie cards, rare patch cards, 1-of-1 cards, all of these cards, all of this memorabilia that you can buy, certain baseball bats. If you're out thrifting, look at the baseball bats. If they say Louisville Slugger on them and they're old wooden bats, you can find, I had a friend in St. Louis pick up a game-used, Stan Musial baseball bat, and he says he knew that it was game-used because Stan Musial played with a certain bat, and it was his. Come to find out, he did some research on it, and it was actually a game-used Stan Musial bat. Top dollar you can get for that stuff. Top dollar collectibles, high-end collectibles.
Well, like look at this. This right here is a ticket from a World Heavyweight Championship fight, Floyd Patterson and Sonny Liston. I'm gonna sell this for around $290.
Yeah, money. That's just money. Who's the two fighters on it?
Sonny Liston and Floyd Patterson.
Oh, Sonny Liston.
Yeah.
That always reminds me of the scene from the barbershop.
This right here, though,
America.
this is even a high end. It's a Baltimore or a Boston Braves pin, and it's their National League Championship pin. And it'll sell for about $70, and it's from the 1940s.
But you're right, Thrifting Goomba. You do have to know somebody to find that stuff.
Yeah.
But the fact is, if people know that you're a buyer of it, they're going to come to you and they get hard up for money. And my philosophy on that is I will pay half of what I can get for it on eBay. If you bring me in a Mahomes rookie card that's worth $250, I'm going to send you out the door with $125 cash, because I know I'm going to flip that and I'm going to make $70 on it after fees. And I know it's going to sell as soon as I list it.
Well, and the crazy part is, like, even magazines sell. Like, I just saw a boxing program, like, from the 60s for like $28 a program.
Sports memorabilia is absolutely something I do not mind paying up for, as long as I can verify that it's authentic. You do have to be careful because you can go on websites like wish.com and I could buy 500 Michael Jordan rookie cards right now, and some of them are pretty good. Some of them look really good.
You got to be careful with autographs. Autographs are fun to sell and buy, but
some are forged.
I wouldn't buy anything autograph wise unless it was an autograph card like you're getting out of packs now.
Yeah,
or it's graded.
Right, or it's already graded.
Right, if it's graded by PSA, or because even they can fake COAs.
Well, they can PSA can grade a card, but they won't grade the signature. You've got to send that off to another service.
Well,
they authenticated.
They grade it that it's authentic. That's all they do. They don't put a score on that card, but they'll grade it. And I don't know about you guys, but these are times, to be honest, like I like sitting around. And then there are certain collectors around right now that like sitting around because they're at home or when the world's coming to an end. Some things, no matter what, for me, I just won't sell. Like I went out on eBay the other day. It didn't cost me a lot of money, but I bought these 4 cards for $12, and they're the shirt cards. $12. So you don't have to spend a lot for something to enjoy. And I do have great cards.
Look at Ed. He sent you a super chat.
You know why? I'm getting a delay in the back. So, Tiny, thank you. Here's for you know why? Because I delivered to him. He's one of my Instacart customers. He's been my friend for 18 years. And I told him the other day if he needs toilet paper, I would give it to him for free. But thanks for the $2 super chat. I appreciate it, Ed.
I want to address Thrifting Goomba because he's a really good guy, really smart guy. He says, I agree, but it's hard to get your name out there in today's market. You need a good chunk of cash to get a guy. One of the things that I have found is that I do personally is that you can go on auctionzip.com and you can type in baseball cards and it will give you every listing within however, if you want to do 100 miles of every auction that's going to have baseball cards. And you might already know this. You can do comic books. You can do baseball cards. I know a guy that owns a comic book shop, and he had a guy walk into him with like 3 long boxes just filled with 60s comic books. And he asked the guy, he goes, well, what do you need for him? And the guy told him what he needed for him. And he goes, I'll buy him. He ended up selling 1 comic book out of the 1,000 books that he got and paid for everything. And you're right. It is. Those are few and far between. But what I do is I make up flyers and I post the flyers everywhere. I have cards. I get on the buy sell trade pages. I'm after stuff to buy. And once people know you're a buyer, you're an established buyer of a product, they're going to come to you. And it just takes work. Nobody becomes a professional at anything without a lot of work. And I'm not preaching to you. I'm not talking down to you. But I'm telling you, I know you can do it. I don't know where you live. But sometimes you just got to be like Drake. You started at the bottom, now you're here, and that's the way it goes. And I believe in you, and I think that anyone can do it. It's just
there's a lady last week on Facebook Marketplace in our area, when someone gets older, it's in the family. But she was selling off a whole big train collection and cards, and they don't care. They don't understand the value. They just want the cash. A lot of times you could pick that stuff up for 25, 30 cents on the dollar. Good stuff. Yeah. And if you're willing to go there and put $1,000 down for $4,000, many times you're going to get it.
And buy in bulk. Don't don't try to pick out the best stuff. What do you need for all of it? What's your all price? And that goes for anything. That if you're going to look at a collection, well, what do you need for everything? And if they say a number that's just ridiculous, then say, okay, well, how about this, and this? And see if there's better.
Well, the guy that I got
your cost per card when you do that.
The guy that I got those 2 sports things from, I just showed, it was a dude I've been dealing with for 3 years. I met off Craigslist. I run ads on Craigslist. I get 30, 40 calls a day when I run the ads, and I buy in bulk. And so I get a lot of crap like this, where it's just like boxing cards. They're not really worth anything, couple bucks. But I also get, with that lot and that pin and that ticket I showed you, I bought 5 boxes of stuff and paid $300.
Oh yeah, I understand what you're saying about the newer cards, Michael. The problem, I understand the problem there, but a lot of times they will take that stuff back to the shop. If they buy cards, they'll go to the card shop. But where I live at, there are no card shops. In Southeast Missouri, you're going to have to drive probably 100 miles almost to hit a baseball card shop. So maybe it's a little bit different for me where I'm at. And I do deal in sports cards, but I deal in Magic cards. I deal in Pokemon cards. And I love collectibles. In fact, if I had it to do over again, it wouldn't be Nevermore Antiques. It would probably be something else, because I should have specialized in pop culture, like Edgar Allan Poe, Edgar Allan pop culture. I don't know.
Is anyone else collectors of anything else on here? Like Anita, you're into jewelry? Is that what you consider what you will some extra money on?
Yeah, I collect I like the malachite stone. I collect those. I collect turquoise, a lot of sterling things. Some things when it comes to jewelry. Other things I don't really collect.
And it's different sometimes too when you have little kids.
Yeah.
And then when the kids kind of get out, then you kind of have a little bit more. Hey, real quick, I'm not sure if Philly Picker's in here, but I'm going to put me on solo a second. I want to show you guys how nice some YouTube people are. Hold on a second, all right?
That's going to roll solo.
Hold on. Okay. Philly Picker actually sent me a letter. He's from Philadelphia and stuff like that. He sends me a letter. Hey, Pat, I've been meaning to send you for a few months now. I purchased a lot of watches from Donna. I remember you saying you liked the breast cancer watch. I know you're a survivor, and I couldn't think of a better person to have it. I also included a couple of Christmas ornaments for your tree. Take care of yourself and stay safe. Hopefully we get a chance to meet up when all this passes. Also, maybe one day I could meet up at Mr. Buys a Lot place to do some picking. Of course, I would need you to hook me up since you know him. Anyway, I'll talk to you soon. Here's my contact. If you're in the area, give me a call. His name is Joe, and he's Philly Picker. And he sent me this letter with this little box, and it came in the mail the other day. So this was, even though it's pink, he had bought this from Donatella. It's a breast cancer watch. He sent that to me. And these were the 2 ornaments that he sent me. A nice crystal snowflake and is that Mother Mary with Jesus?
Yeah.
So I haven't showed the Christmas tree. I haven't been YouTube lately, but thank you, Philly Picker. I really appreciate that. So that was a nice little, I thought I was getting a return on eBay or something the other day. And it was a nice surprise. So I really appreciate it. Thanks for the gifts, and I just wanted to acknowledge him. I'm not sure if he's in the chat today, because sometimes people say, "Hey, Pat, I like to watch, but I'll catch you on the replay because it's late. It's too late for me. I can't stay up that late." I'm more of a late person.
Put the watch on, Pat.
Put the watch on? Yeah, I don't care.
Put the watch on. Come on.
Yeah, I'll wear it. It don't matter.
Come on. Yeah.
It's just a color.
Pat.
Yeah. I'm gonna wear it. It's a pink one. It doesn't color to me doesn't matter.
Oh, I'm just giving you a hard time.
Yeah.
Are you still doing the Christmas tree thing? You're still
Yeah. The problem is what happened was when we bought a bunch of stuff, I stacked it next to the Christmas tree, so I would be embarrassed to show you the Christmas tree right now with the hoard of stuff. But yeah, I got about 12 ornaments so far from people. But once we get through this, I even bought a closeout clearance of clothing just recently. I mean, it was like 10 cents on the dollar with name tags. So, and again, just busy with other things. And but yeah, I'm going to feature the tree again, and so that was nice because he sent me 2 ornaments and stuff like that. And my tree's up year round all the time, and it's gonna and probably forever now.
We took ours down about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't have room for a tree yet. Yeah. Where do you put the tree, Pat?
My tree?
I don't have room for a tree here.
It's in front of the window in the front of the house. The problem is I was a little concerned with people driving by seeing the Christmas tree lights on. So I started unplugging the lights at night because I didn't want people to think that there was no one living here and that maybe they would come and want to rob the house thinking that we had them on a timer. So I unplugged them at night because I don't, if someone, in other words, lives here, let's say, because we do get people in our area that sometimes only live here 6 months, and then they live 6 months in Florida or the South, and I didn't want people again trying to rob the house. Now I sit back the house sits about 150 feet off the road, and I have 17 acres here, but you clearly could see the red lights through the window.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Jeremy's gonna start a tiger farm, he says. What's that 60,000 food in a day, Storage Legends? Is that how much it costs for the tigers? Oh, I think that's what they're talking about.
Oh, to have a tiger farm, you mean?
Well, that guy that has that, the show on Netflix now, everybody's talking.
I got to go see what they're talking about. What is it?
Exactly. I guess the guy, I don't know. Now we're all going to have to watch it. Like the murder for hire. The guy that trained tigers and lions. And Shane, have you been leaving the house at all?
Here and there. I mean, I go to the post office, but really that's about it. Like I did, like for Amazon, I've just been ordering wholesale stuff off Amazon, or for Amazon. That's it.
Yeah. Oh,
you got a new guest.
Yeah.
The Tiger King's here.
Hey, I'll be real honest though. I watched it. Okay.
You're muted, John.
I watched the Tiger King, and I'll be real honest. I think the dude should get out of prison. Like, I don't think he really did anything wrong.
Yeah, I didn't watch it yet, so don't tell me the whole plot.
That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm glad to know you're on my side. I can't help it. I was wronged.
I want to watch Ozarks. That I think came out this past week.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah,
I like tigers.
You got a couple seasons to catch up on Ozarks.
Oh no, I've watched them all except for this. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've watched with Jason Bateman. Yeah, I love that show.
I've watched them all too up to date. I just haven't watched the newest one, and it's super good. Like it's really really good.
Now, who's the guy with the little baby tiger?
That's Joe Exotic.
Mr. Exotic. I own a zoo.
Where's your husband at, Joe?
My husband.
Yeah.
He's gone. He ain't here anymore.
Did he get eaten by the tiger?
My tigers wouldn't do anything wrong.
Well, apparently you've never seen The Magicians.
Oh.
Well, Siskel and Ebert.
Well, where's your other husband at? Because you have two husbands. So
not Siskel and Ebert. Siskel and Ebert were the what were the magic guys?
Is it the one that don't speak a whole lot and the one that talks a bunch out in Las Vegas?
No, that's Penn and Teller.
Yeah, that's who they are, Penn and Teller.
Yeah,
John,
but
where's your second husband at? Because you have two, you know.
I have more than that, Shane. I know
There
that
you
you
go.
think that you know me very well, but you don't.
issue.
How many
Issue.
husbands do you have?
Why do you need to know? Are you trying to fill out an application?
Maybe.
I think
never
he's
know.
jealous.
You'll have to let me know. I need to know what your blood type is, because you know what that means.
Siegfried and Roy. That's who we were talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, Aaron, thanks for coming back.
I like Aaron. He's a nice guy. He comments on my Facebook page all the time.
He said he commented on my video that I Patdees went raw, and I thought, maybe I lost a viewer. So is anybody leaving the house besides me?
Well, someone's got to feed the tigers. They don't feed themselves.
So how long have you guys been inside the house that you haven't left?
I mean, I leave like probably once a day, but it might be like to go to the post office or something and come back. You know, nothing like, I'm not going to Walmart and sourcing at Walmart or nothing just because like, I'm not going to do any RA. I'm ordering wholesale stuff for Amazon, but that's about all I'm doing. But other than that, like, I'm not really doing RA right now. I'm just kind of doing eBay, playing Call of Duty, relaxing. But,
I went to the post office today and I looked in the window. I thought they were closed because ours closes for a half an hour at lunch, and they usually close something down. And I could see a reflection of something in there, and I thought, they put up plastic now at the window. It looks like a big, heavy-duty shower curtain, and it's covered. And I guess you got to kind of put your hands through the past. Well, I had a whole box of stuff to send out today, so they had to open up the door for me. But I saw another lady that was the postmaster at the Dollar General today, and she says, yeah, they mandated it. They got masks, they got hand sanitizer, and they put up those plastic shields. But they're not going to close down. They deliver too many things, medicines and all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Here is a viral video for one of you YouTubers out there. You'll get 20 million views on this. Find a house somewhere that's vacant and set up a yard sale outside, and then have a person outside like being like, yeah, my mother recently passed away and we're having to get rid of her stuff. The landlord wants the house vacant as possible. And then have somebody in a white pickup truck that says CDC on the side of it, pull up to the yard sale and get out in a full bodysuit and be like, sir, you're not supposed to be having this yard sale. You know that this stuff cannot be sold for up to
Oh my God.
You've got 300 acres, John. Build another house.
And
we have another house.
Do that like 2 or 3 times, and you could get enough video footage to where you would be reacting. People would be reacting to the CDC showing up, and you could be like in a full video, like a full like suit with like the helmet and everything. If someone did that video would be absolutely viral. Just like
that's funny.
Like, we told you can't have this yard sale for 14 days. This stuff has to be quarantined.
You see that, John? Then you'd go to jail.
But you'd have a viral video.
It's on your property. If you do it on your property, you can say whatever you want. They're not going to be upset. Before they leave,
let me tell
them it's a prank. It's a joke.
Around here, there's not many people leaving the house. So it might be something that you have to do in the future, 6 months down the road, to get the reaction once we get past this. But it might be too early, John, to try that.
Maybe in 2 weeks.
Go to jail, bring your wig. How about my tiger? Can I bring my tiger wig? I'll bring my tiger. Roar.
Yeah, I saw your video that you put out with that spring. How far is that from your house?
That's about 20 miles.
Oh, really?
That looked pretty cool.
What is that? That spring runs all the time like that? That water?
Yeah. It's an artesian well. There's pressure. It sets kind of in a little caldera, like a little basin, not a caldera, but a basin, and ground above it pushes down and puts pressure on the water table down below, and it flows like that year round.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Jason Static. I don't think he's come. I send him the link. He sends me the, but I get, I don't know what's happened with him.
Jason don't like to play unless it's his playground.
Watch out. He may go live on his own channel and make fun of you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
I put the link in there. We got one more spot. If anybody wants to stop in and say hello or tell what's going on in your area. Hey, Shane, I forgot to ask you. Yeah. Do you live in a populated city?
No, the city I live in is about 2,000 people.
Yeah.
Right now, there's about 3,000 COVID-19 cases in Illinois. I live 20 minutes from Champaign, Illinois, which has several cases, and then 30 minutes from Bloomington, Illinois, which has several cases. So
this stuff seems to be pretty bad. I definitely don't want to get it.
Yeah, but my county hasn't had a case yet. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's the link. If anybody else wants to join us, even if you stop in for 10 minutes, that's right.
Next week, I am gonna. My realtor's setting up a thing, so I'll leave the house next week for a little bit. But I'm gonna go look at in my town they have a big building. It's like 11,000 square feet, and so I'm going to look at that next week. So we'll see.
So you're not thinking about moving south anymore?
Yes and no. So eventually, yes, but right now, my business, I need to get out of my house so bad. I'm struggling. And this building has a two bay loading dock, and so for me, I need a loading dock, and I need to get out of my house.
Hey, Buffalo Picker sent $5 super chat. Thank you, Pat. Nice hangout. I have to run. Enjoy the show and the group. I will catch you on the next show. Stay safe. You too, buddy. I appreciate you stopping in, and thanks for the super chat.
Anybody that doesn't follow them. I found them about a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago, and they're a lot of fun.
They're cool people.
Positivity. Go check them out.
What's the other guy he hangs out with? A guy and girl.
Glass City
Chris. I can't think of her name. Chris. They're
Glass City. Yeah, you need to reach out to them, Pat, and get them on your show.
Yeah, as I get more, I made some goals this year. What I needed to do. I mean, YouTube is fun, and I like the social aspect, but doesn't pay no bills. So I really needed to kind of, and my wife needs an operation, so I kind of been side chat, with some of those things and stuff. So you can't super chat and leave. Exactly, you can still hang around, and even if you don't super chat, you can hang around. But thank you for the super chat, Buffalo Picker. I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm gonna do. I like to do. I've been, I haven't talked to Eric, and Eric was actually on a show the other day. But Eric and Jason, now that I was supposed to go see Jason, down, but he lives about 2.5 hours south of me. But you can't, he's not. I'm not going to force him to come out to the because I have a box of tools I want him to look at, and so I'm hoping honestly by June. And actually, I'm supposed to meet up with Kevin, Commonwealth Picker, in July. We have a. We're supposed to do something together, so I still plan on traveling. Being the traveling picker. Actually, I'm going to do something. I was talking about the cards and stuff. I'm an hour and a half from Cooperstown, New York, and I met people that make baseball bats. They have a company, Cooperstown Bat Company. Oh. So I'm supposed to go into their. They have a retail store, but they also have a manufacturing where they make the bats. And I'm going to do a video on the process of how they select the wood and the bats and the design. Cool. Yeah, so we've been talking for a while, and I was gonna do that actually in the past month, and then all this happened. So,
Miss Murphy's asking anyone going to the reseller rally in September. You're talking about the one that John Cincinnati Picker and all them are putting on. I wonder if they're gonna put it off. I haven't seen any updates. I'm not going.
I bought a ticket, but I probably won't go. I didn't buy a ticket. I do want to do a shameless plug. If anybody, because most of you probably already follow me on YouTube. If so, great. If not, that's okay too. But I love Instagram. It has soon becoming my favorite platform to do stuff on. And I want to throw my Instagram link in the chat. So if any of you guys are on Instagram,
go ahead.
Stuff when I'm out at auctions, neat stuff that I find while I'm out picking in barns, and stuff that I just love. If you like photographs and little video stuff, like that's my link. So click on it and follow me. We almost have like 1,000. I think we have like a little over 1,100 followers over there.
Has anyone seen or heard from Krillin? I wonder how he's doing.
He's doing pretty good. He's on Tommy Bernard's show quite a bit. Other than that, I don't even hear from him anymore. Of course,
so he's okay though.
I only talked to him really on Jason Static's show. I sent him a message the other day and he didn't get back with me. So
yeah, I'm just curious to know if he's doing okay.
He don't love me anymore. I still love you, Krillin.
Krillin, we love you.
I love you, even though you're Krillin. I still love you. I love you first, Krillin. Don't go to the dark side.
Is anyone selling on Amazon besides Shane right now, or no?
I don't have anything up there right now.
Yeah, I just looked at my phone. I'll show you an item I just sold.
Nice.
Is it family friendly?
Yeah. Hold on.
On Amazon or eBay?
Amazon, because some things I'm gated, but some things I try to. It's brand new, but even like people, this is a 2009 Chevy Corvette Coupe.
Yeah.
Model. I just sold it. I just saw it on the phone.
Merchant fulfilled.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
Nice.
Show AMT show. So people are still buying things.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that? What is that, Pat?
It's a model. It's a Corvette 2009 Chevy Corvette Coupe.
Nice. Is it factory sealed?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's brand new.
Oh, yeah, that's factory sealed models are money. That's like sports memorabilia. If you come across a bunch of factory sealed models, you can figure they're anywhere between $15 to $25 a piece on average.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I sold this for $22 shipped. I made $4 on it after fees, but that's all right because it's imagine if I could sell 10 of these a week. You get some of those things like that, and get a steady form of it. It's easy. It's like the ship. Oh, Thifter has been selling books and brawls.
Can you say that again for me, Patdees?
Is there an L on the end of it?
What? I thought the Patdees took up MMA or something. He was selling brawls.
Brawls.
I've been buying a lot of books, like books, things to read and keep me busy.
Well, you know what happens sometimes when you read the chat, you kind of like sometimes you got to kind of read it in your head. So I kind of, if I see a word that I kind of got to say fast. But I know
you're from the Northwest, and you guys have your own language up there.
Me? What's crazy is I've had stuff on Amazon that has set, I don't know, 3 months, and it all sold out. So I mean, I'm done. A lot of people are like, "Oh, sales are down," but I've done a little over 30K this month already in sales. So it's like, and I've really not sent any shipments in the last 3 weeks. I've just really just done nothing.
Yeah, I've been selling I've been selling candles.
Yeah.
Dollar General had a clearance one time. It was 50% off of 50% off. And so I went in, I bought all the candles that they had. And the one candle, I sold out of them. I sent them in like 2 months ago, and they were like just stagnant. And all of a sudden, like in the last 2 weeks, the one candle all sold out.
Do you guys seen the news stories about Amazon and eBay, the government starting to pressure them to crack down on some of the price gouging that's still going on their platforms? And I think after this is all said and done, I'm really worried that the government is going to sequester some information from some of these larger reselling sites to get some names of some people that they can try to pin some dirt on, because they're not going to want to take the blame. It was my fault that I wasn't supplied. It was somebody else's. Somebody else did it, not me.
Well, somebody had something on a local Facebook in my area the other day, and they showed a picture of soap, liquid soap for $13. And they said, "Oh, isn't this price gouging?" I said, honestly, to be fair, I said, you don't realize they got to give $1.50 of that to Amazon. That's going to cost anywhere from $6 to $9 to ship. I said, that person is only making $2, maybe $3. And then a person with the business said, yeah, you're right. I would normally charge $8 for that liquid soap.
Yeah.
And, but people right away think, oh, they're getting $14 for that liquid, and they're not.
Yeah. Well, and I think what's going to happen is after all this is said and done, all this stuff's going to go back to normal. The government's going to try to get the biggest bad actors, and they're going to try to prosecute. Probably not going to be able to prosecute very well. It's going to be a tough case to prosecute. And then on top of that, they have to prove that, they didn't make X amount versus whatever fees are. So I think it's just going to be tough. I think it'll be back to business as normal after all this stuff is.
Some people don't realize Amazon sometimes makes more off an item than the third-party seller does.
Yeah,
definitely.
They really.
I mean, Amazon after they kicked all these people off their platform for price gouging, they were selling Lysol wipes for $56 a 3-pack. So
Amazon's in the business of making money. They'll do anything they can to make money, in my opinion.
Yeah, they don't care. That's absolutely true, Miss Murphy. That's absolutely true.
Yep, nothing good came out of that.
Good night, Murray.
Good night, Murray. Thank you.
I hate to shift gears, but talking about people, people complain about sales being slow. I think the best thing you can do in this point is to diversify the platforms you're selling on. Don't just rely just on eBay. I know Shane's a big eBay Amazon seller, but he's spending a lot more time working on eBay right now. I'm big on eBay, not big, but eBay is my primary platform. I've started listing more and more stuff on Macari, Poshmark, all these other places. I mean, if I'm selling stuff, I want as many eyes on my products as possible.
Yep.
I did something 3 weeks ago. I sold. Someone reached out to me that was selling on Amazon and said, Pat, I got hand sanitizer. Do you think you could sell it? I said, yeah. And I went door to door. I went to businesses and I sold it to them wholesale. And there was the last batch I sold, I didn't make nothing. And a lot of stuff I was selling to make $1 a unit, but I was selling 100 or 200 units at a time. And I did all right. I sold to probably 9 different places, and they still call me up now and like, can you get any more? And I never got greedy. Like I said, the average unit I made $1 on, but I sold 1,200 units in a week. So
when this was coming, I bought 2 boxes of these masks, and this is one of them I gave to a local medical practitioner, and I bought them with the intentions in the early beginning of selling them at a profit. And then I was like, I didn't want to do that. I just didn't feel right doing it. My 2 rules of reselling is I won't sell anything that's illegal, and I won't sell anything that I feel is unethical. And I'm not throwing rocks at anyone, because we all live and die by our own mottos. Everyone on this panel has different beliefs, and I can tell you that everyone on this panel is a good personal friend of mine. And I respect every one of them, and every one of us has done different business tactics during this thing. It doesn't mean I don't appreciate people, I don't respect them, but the fact is that I have this box, and I think I've got it gone. I'm going to end up giving it to a doctor friend of mine. But here's how I work, though. Somebody says, well, send it to a hospital. Send it to the hospital here in town. They can use it. I said, no. I said, the hospital should have been prepared. Yeah. I said, it's not my responsibility to prepare them. I said, if I have $10,000 in my checking account and they need money, do I go write them a check? No, I don't. Because let me tell you how my hospital did me. I went in, because I'm diabetic, I went in to get some tests ran. And instead of telling me I could have ran the test through Quest, they wanted to run them through their in-house service because they got the money for it.
Yep.
Those tests cost me $1,200 through that hospital, and through Quest, it would have only cost me $179.
Yeah.
Oh.
They wanted the money.
You know what? The hospital can get screwed. I don't care. Now, the doctor that works at the hospital, that's my good friend, relationships. I don't have a relationship with an entity. I have a relationship with people. And that's how I build my relationships. I'm not looking to make friends with the hospital unless they want to write my bill off that they screwed me over. Then we can talk.
Yeah.
But I have no problem selling stuff to a hospital for a huge markup. When I see nurses getting on YouTube videos crying because they only have one mask that they can use
for a week,
those hospitals can get online. At least they could have gotten online, and they could have bought them off Amazon. They have the money, especially when they charge $10 for a Tylenol.
My wife works in a hospital, and they're having shortages of masks.
Well, there was a lot of theft going on at hospitals too.
Hoarding of medications and stuff.
Yep.
Right.
Because I have a friend who's head of security at a large hospital, and people were stealing them. Employees were stealing them. Visitors and stuff. You know, when they couldn't find them, and everybody, you know how it is. Everybody goes into a place and looks at it like, oh, well, you know, no one sees it. No one knows. We got Mel joining us. Thank you. Misty, thank you for stopping in. Amy stopped in. So we got a couple new people stopping in the last 10 minutes here. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thrifter, Junker, Vintage Hunter. That's a really good channel. If you guys are looking for someone new to watch, she's growing real quick. Got a really great personality.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Great personality.
Had a great brick and mortar, but she's only opening it up a couple times a year now, which probably might not be a bad idea.
She learned. I had her as a guest on my show. She learned a lot from her dad. Her dad was into it and stuff like that. So, you know, it's nice when you kind of grow up in the family and you learn and you like that and you carry that forward. So, but she was a guest on my show. Really a nice young lady, very supportive of me. You know, a month ago when I made my Raw video, I kind of was worried that I could have got some negative backlash from it. And I did have one or two people, but I'll be honest, I lost maybe 5 subscribers for about a week, but either I gained some new ones or some people came back, but you know, whatever.
You just got, I respect you for doing it. You guys stand your ground, do your own thing, you know?
Yeah. You know, I just, you know, that's the only thing I don't like about it, but it happens in real life. YouTube can be drama and stuff. And these are the times. And again, I felt Mel's the one that let me realize that Eric, who lives 2 miles from my son, had passed away, and I felt really bad that I missed it. And I always hope that we all, no matter what, you know, that we stay connected and stay friends, because none of this eBay and Amazon, none of this really matters. Really what matters is, you know, the human aspect of friendship and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You don't have to worry about it. I mean, there's a lot going on in the world right now. Pat, don't beat yourself up over it, my man. There's a lot going on in the world.
Well, and I'll be honest with you, like, you're going to get negativity on YouTube. I mean, and especially out of the reselling community. And I don't mean to say that negatively, but it's going to happen. I mean, I can go without putting a video for 3 months, and then I put a video out and I get a message saying I'm a cancer on this whole community. And I mean, that's the kind of treatment that a lot of YouTubers get.
You said you weren't going to read my comment out loud on live.
And I don't understand it sometimes because
What's up,
I mean, before I started the show, I had a thumbs down.
Well, so, most of your haters are going to be YouTube people themselves.
Yeah. Just leave that. Don't worry about that, Pat.
Just me, Kathy. How are you?
There's haters everywhere. It's not just on YouTube. They're on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. Yeah. There's gonna be that someone there.
So, talking about YouTube, just me, Kathy's over there exploding on YouTube, isn't she?
Yeah, 12 videos and almost 3,000 subscribers and
awesome. Congrats.
I want to do a video with her. She had promised me when she got to 200, she was going to come on live.
Well, she went from 200 to like 1,500 in like 3 days.
Yeah, it was quick. Yeah.
Now she's a big celebrity. I can't. You know, and I live like 2.5 hours away. I think she's nervous that if I got in a dumpster, she couldn't pull my fat ass out. I think that.
That's why I don't dumpster dive. If I've crawled over in a dumpster, hey, I ain't getting out.
Oh, John, you could get out. Don't worry.
I look like Jackie, but not as athletic.
You can get out. Just tuck and roll, man.
You're not gonna look like Jackie.
Hey, Cha-Cha, thank you for stopping. Somebody must have ended a live because we've got some new faces in here the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. Just a hint for anybody that just showed up. The play button works after the live is over. You can go back and hit play again.
Yeah, if you guys are watching this, give me thumbs up and comment below. I appreciate it. I really want to get back into doing probably 2 of these a month. People don't realize that you give, like Shane talked about, the time that goes into making videos. There were summers in the Saturday, I was like I got to get home by 8 or 9 o'clock because I got a show at 11. And it got to the point, there was a couple times where I was up like 18 hours where I started taking an hour nap before the show because I don't want to be like miserable or like be like spaced out, you know.
It's tough to do everything, a scheduled show day in, day out, X number of days. It's tough.
Well, and I think if you're doing a lot of selling, it's really hard to do YouTube. I mean, that's why I had to take a step back.
Right.
My Amazon business, like I've sold over $100,000 already this year. I physically can't do YouTube and Amazon and eBay.
Right. And then Amazon business doesn't relate well to videos because of the content and not wanting to give away, because this is how people are. I mean,
people who know a lot about Amazon though, like you could make Amazon videos just talking about Amazon, but
right.
And they do good, but it's hard to film the videos and edit them and upload them and do a thumbnail while you're sending out 30 shipments for the day.
Right.
It's really not possible.
It's hard to stay consistent. They say, how they say consistency matters because it's hard to maintain.
Well, it's like that model car. Let's say, for example, I could buy a pallet of those wholesale. Then someone, and I say, okay, I'm making $4. Someone will go out and then lower the price where they're only making $2. Then someone will come out and say they'll lower the price. Then finally someone says, yeah, you know what? Amazon's not for me. I'm willing to sell mine at a $2 loss just to recoup money. So there you are, like tied up 2 months with 1,000 cars. And that's why some people don't belong in any type of business. Keep collecting your paycheck from your job.
Yep. Yeah. But that's the whole reason I'm going to go look at this building next week. Is if I do buy it, I'm going to hire probably 2 or 3 part-time employees and maybe get some of my time back to do YouTube and stuff.
But that's the problem with eBay.
What drives a lot of that is everybody that gets into the selling on Amazon, selling on eBay. Everybody's got a different risk level that they're willing to take. Some people can go buy something and they got to have their money back quick.
Mm-hmm.
Some people,
Craig, I know people, honestly, and everybody's free to do it, but I know people, in other words, that make $100,000 already in their lives having good jobs. And they're like, I just want something extra to do to make an extra. People like myself, like I need this to make a living. So like I'm trying to make $15,000 or $20,000, and I can't. I have somebody just waste $5,000 to buy inventory to realize 2 months in that it's not for them, and then to dump the price, and it's like, but you learn about this.
But that's a risk you take in this business.
To be honest, though, like with that. Here's the thing, like by looking at the rank, you should know if it's too high of a rank to go all in on so many cars. If it's a low rank, the price is going to come back quicker to you. So
yeah, I use that as an example because I sold one today. I mean, I've learned a lot over the last year. And I'm slow and steady. Now I want to have the girl Jess. I wonder what she's doing right now because with a lot of her places, a lot of her sourcing places are closed right now. And she sold $1 million in a year, but now, like she says it publicly. So what I'm going to say is not going to give away secrets. She sources from Kohl's, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross. They're closed right now. So But I wonder now when they reopen, because think about Kohl's. They're sitting on, they always have clearance. Imagine if they open in a month, if they're going to get to a point where they're going to even more stuff is going to be clearanced out because they're in the wrong season and they're getting caught.
Right.
I didn't think about that. That's a good point.
Yeah. So there really could be a really good, I bought, man, I when I made the money off of sanitizer, and again, it wasn't a lot because I was only making $1 on average per item. And little things I actually gave the guy for free. I probably bought like $1,800 worth of clothes for 10 cents on the dollar, brand new with tags, sweatshirts, jackets, name brand stuff. And I may have to sit on them till the winter because they are winter related stuff. But even if I get 50 cents on the dollar, I'll turn that 10 cents into 50 cents. That's still pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, Misty, I think we all have death piles to work from.
You're right.
The challenge I have is there's a reason it's in my death pile. Either it's the margin is lower. Some of it may be a bad buy, and I don't know until I really go through it, or it's because if I get something I really like and it's high margin, dang it, it's going to get listed immediately. And I think that's where a lot of people struggle is it's in that pile for a reason.
Yeah.
Mine's in that pile. I just don't have time. So I'm actually listing stuff that's like, a ton of stuff that's like $50 and up right now, which is good.
Right.
Now, is anyone here going to take advantage of the extra listings the next month or two?
I've already, I've started taking advantage of it. One way you can take advantage of it is you can go in. Several of us, I know I've talked with John about it. Several of us have tested the theory that, now that we have only good till canceled listings on eBay, is go in every 7 to 10 days and end your listings and restart them, and you get a bump.
You do.
So I'm going to go in every 5 days now, and you can use those drop and relist as the free 50,000 listings. It takes advantage of that. So
he's saying, I wonder if they canceled order with their vendors. I've seen when you go by the stores, I know that we're totally skipping over Easter and they already have all their Easter stuff still out. So most likely.
Right. There's a lot of stores that are going to get burnt with Easter stuff.
Yeah. It's like we're totally jumping over Easter and they have everything for Easter out. So they're going to.
You ever think of how that might be a boom for like Walmart and Targets and stores that have grocery sections that are still open?
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be a nail in a lot of coffins. There's companies like JCPenney's, Payless that went out last year or the year before. There's a lot of coffins that are going to be made for corporations through this. There's going to be a lot.
Right.
Someone told me one time, and he don't like his name mentioned, but he hangs out with Dusty, and he's a super smart Amazon guy. And he says, you'll never see more. And I think that it's what he said now was an echo. It was a haunting echo. It just sticks in my ear. You'll never see more surplus. You'll never see more business go out than you will coming out of the 2019 into 2020. And that was just based on sales statistics of companies that couldn't survive a normal operation. Now you've got these companies that are going to go through a recession, maybe it may not being prophetic, but maybe some hyperinflation. Or at least inflation, and there's going to be a lot of pallets of merchandise to buy out there. Amazon's going to gorge on the corpses of a lot of corporations.
Well, and you also got to put into perspective, and what I've been seeing is I have several I have about 14 wholesalers right now, or 14 distributors, and I have 2 or 3 that just do closeouts. And they've been emailing me lists miles long of closeout merchandise.
Yeah.
Well, what does that mean? Well, it means that businesses are liquidating the merchandise because they can't sell it. And they can't sell it for a couple reasons, and this is one of them. I think that you're going to see the economy. It's going to take years to recover from this.
Yeah. I think you're going to see 6 months to a year before we see the effects of what happened. And it's just going to be a slow poisoning of the economy. You can't just produce $2 trillion out of debt, not counting the amount of debt they're going to have to create in a couple months to pass another budget.
Right.
You know, we're in an election year. Like, this has got me rubbing my head, like serious. Like, that's why I tell people, buy silver. You can't eat it, but silver in every civilization, this is me wagging my finger, has always been valuable, and so is gold. But it's a lot easier to break silver up and sell it than it is gold, or to trade it.
Yeah. But I will say for this is one thing I will say.
You're right.
The year 2020, this year will be the easiest year to make $1 million on Amazon.
I agree.
If you work hard, you can. If you're an Amazon seller, you can set yourself up to weather this recession that's coming. But if you don't work hard, if you're a grasshopper and you're not an ant, if we go back to the old Aesop's fable, if you want to be a grasshopper and not work hard, you're not going to survive what's coming. But if you work hard and you put money back and you invest properly into commodities and invest into silver, and gold and precious metals and stuff like that, not physical precious metals, not on paper, but hoard it, own it, and you might if silver would hit $100 an ounce, which is not out of the realm of possibilities. It did it in 1980. I think it was January of 1980. Of course, there was some stuff that went on with that, but it was $43 an ounce in 2009, 2006. I can't remember. But if you buy it, you can definitely see a huge return on your investment right now.
Well, and even like real estate, like me going to look at that building and probably going to buy it, depending on the negotiations and the price that I can get to with the bank. But people are like, you're crazy for doing that. Why? I mean, right now is the time to sell on Amazon and to sell essentials. Whatever you can invest in your business, you're going to see tenfold from right now.
Hey, I just put the link up in there. If anyone, we have one room for one more spot. I see T came in, Judgment Care. You're gladly welcome to jump in. We got a spot for one person.
Yeah, YouTube's been crazy with all the pulling live streams down and all that. It's been
I see that. There must have been a problem, or
somebody was talking about somebody else's stream that.
It's been for the last couple of days now.
Was it T-Shed?
I don't know.
10K celebration.
Yeah, people haven't been able to go. They've been having a lot of issues going live where they've had to make a new one and do a new stream.
Oh, really? I've been noticing not seeing notifications or having to search. Like
right, that too.
I've had to type in and even click on the channel because it's not showing. But I just think because, to be honest, the internet and YouTube is getting overwhelmed with all the people.
Have you had any demonetized videos?
Oh, I got to show up. Rookie.
On this show. Sorry.
Anita, I had my one video demonetized because about Bill Gates.
Because I heard that right now what they're doing, the YouTube is doing that. If you've ever had a demonetized video, those are the channels that are not being seen in the feed and getting the notifications on for whatever reason.
What happened was I did a talk before and I shared the 8-minute video of Bill Gates because it said you could use it. So I thought maybe I could still do a commercial in the beginning and the end, but it's okay. You know what? Sometimes that happens. It's not like I'm a big channel that I lost out on a couple $100. I lost out on $2, so I didn't care. Hi, T. How are you doing?
Hey, good. Hey, guys. Hey, Anita. Hey, John.
How's it going?
Do you know Shane?
Yes, I know Shane. How are you, Shane? And Craig. Yeah, I know Craig.
Hey, guys. I'm going to bounce, so maybe someone else can take my spot, but I just need to get back to work. But
okay, buddy. Hey, thanks for stopping, Shane.
See you, Shane.
Hey, good seeing you, John, Pat, everybody. So
Thank you. Thanks, buddy.
T shows up and runs Shane off. Great.
Yeah.
no, I just I'm busy trying to run stuff, and then my wife texted me from upstairs. She's like, "Can you bring me like a couple waffles upstairs?" I'm like, "Oh, I guess." So
Shane.
Take the waffles.
Shane.
What?
Shane.
What?
I love you.
Hey, John. Hey, John.
What?
I hate goodbyes.
It's just see you later.
Hey, Shane. Shane, do you want to? Oh, I was going to ask him if he wanted to pet the tiger before he left.
Maybe the Irish goodbye.
T, what's up there?
Nothing. I'm sorry that I didn't come on sooner, but we had a crazy night because we bounced around and did an auction backwards. We were supposed to go on later, but Robin wanted to do her 1,000th subscriber and make sure everybody who could come in later. But it landed up that 3 times we went live, and all 3 times her video was reported.
What? Oh my goodness.
Oh, and Steve just said it went back and checked out and said it was removed from violating terms of service. Could that be?
That is weird.
Yeah, I've seen that happen.
What I can tell you is the first time we went live, she had we brought everybody over from the auction. So we started off about 80 or 90 people, and she dropped in. She was hanging in around 70 people. She had 73 thumbs up within the first hour and 21 thumbs down.
Wow.
And that doesn't happen when you have 70 or 80 people in a chat for an hour.
Right.
Something was going on there where somebody, I don't know if they have clone accounts or whatever, were giving her thumbs up. And the next thing we knew, as soon as she hit that like 21 or 22 thumbs down, the video came off. She started a whole new stream. And the next time we were only on for 12 or 14 minutes, 6 thumbs down. And then we watched it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Video gone.
That's so strange.
I put the link since Shane left. There's one more spot if anybody wants to stop in.
And then the last time, after 10 minutes, we were talking to some people, and I don't know. I'm sure, Anita, because you're more wrapped up with the jewelry community. I know Autumn Grace, Miss Martha had said to me this week that she had lost 3 videos and was shut down for 2 days. And then Michelle Lathan and somebody else, Patsy, Crafty Patsy, and someone else. So it's just crazy what's going on. I don't know if it's trolls reporting or if it's just because
I think there's a lot of like issues going down right now with the lives. I don't know what it is.
With the 20-something thumbs down, there's something going on there.
Yeah.
I think that somebody knows that right now that if you give videos thumbs down, there's not a lot of Google employees sitting around. Like a human's not laying eyes on it, so they're flipping triggers to make videos go bye-bye.
Right. And you're right, John, because, even Pat had told me one night, I think we were on live or something happened and we got and I get that. Listen, I'm good for 3 or 4 thumbs down the minute I go live.
We all have it. Yeah.
Right? It happens.
Yeah.
But Pat said to me, you watch tomorrow. I had been higher than I had ever been, like 8 or 9 thumbs down. And he said, watch tomorrow when you wake up. Those 4 extra ones will be gone. And they were gone.
Yeah.
How about if you hide the thumbs? Does that still happen when it's hidden?
I didn't know you could hide them.
You can.
Yeah. Yeah, I have it on mine right now.
I would be curious to see if that had any negative effect on how quickly you got them off. Because anybody that does that just wants to see that you've got 37 of them as opposed to you've got 3.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I'm able to see behind the scenes.
Yeah, you're able to see. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Being the host.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of sneaky people in this community. I had somebody buy 1,000 video views for because you can literally go out to a shit video buying site and you can buy 10,000 views for somebody's video, probably for $30, and tank their video. I had a video, one of my best videos. I spent hours editing this thing out, and some turd went out and bought 1,000 views for it, 1,500 views. And then like a week later, I was negative 1,000 views. because YouTube came in and seen they were bad views and they took them off. And I think that stuff detrimentally affects your channel. I think that once YouTube thinks that you're buying subs, you're buying views.
Oh, for sure.
They put you on a different tier. And I've speculated for a long time because I know, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but the content that I put out on my channel is just as good as some of the content that's put out on other people's channel, and I can't get any traction. And I think that I don't think my sub count is really 4,600. I think someone bought me 500 or 1,000 subs on my channel, and I think that somebody a couple different times, and it messes with your channel.
John, that's a
nice
complete example of some people have too much time on their hands.
Right.
And too much money.
And evil.
Yeah.
I miss you.
Yeah.
Hey, Misty.
No.
Thank you for coming in.
No problem. I couldn't sleep anyway, so I decided to go ahead and join in.
How have you been sorting through this whole thing? Are you still
Well,
able to
I get kind of jealous because like a lot of people, and this sounds pretty petty to be jealous of, but nothing in my life has changed as far as my husband still goes to work every day. I still work every day. My kids are home from school, but they're teenagers, and so I don't ever see them anyway. So nothing's really changed, but I know people are like, "Oh, I'm getting my house painted, and we're cleaning out our closets, and we're doing yard work and painting and I'm like, I have not done anything. It's no different.
I know. I watch my neighbors.
Which I'm blessed that we have not
lost our job.
and
doing all this, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't have time to do any of that. Are you kidding?
If anything, I'm working harder than what I ever was because my sales have been pretty good.
Yeah, ours too. We're trying to list as much as possible.
I've been lazy. I've just been lazy. I probably listed 50 items over the past 2 weeks just because. Like I suffer with depression and stuff like that. And I'm like, some days I don't want to roll out of bed till 11 o'clock. And I'm like, what kind of world am I getting out of the bed and waking up to today? Like, what's the bad news? And I'm just like, I think to myself, what is the purpose? I thank God he's sufficient and he provides my needs because we're still getting money coming in and I haven't had to dip into any of my savings. It's just we get enough sales come in to where we pay our bills. And I mean, here's the thing, that God is so good to me that a lady brought me in 4 vintage signs one of the last days I was open. I told her how much they were worth. I told her what I could probably pay for them, and she cut that price in half, and I will make $2,000 on them signs. And she just did it because she wanted to get rid. Now that's weird. That's an angel walking into your shop and just saying, "Here, you're going to need this because stuff's about to get real." I can photograph and get them listed.
Hey, Craig, what's for dinner?
Sorry, I didn't mean to eat on camera.
No, I'm teasing you.
Pudding.
Whataburger.
Yep.
That stuff. I tell you what. I ended up. Where did I go? I was in Alabama. What's the big Gulf Shores or whatever?
Yeah. And
I ate at the Whataburger there. And okay, guys, I hope you guys aren't those Whataburger Nazis, but I wasn't impressed.
We don't have any of those here on Long Island, so I can't help you with that.
This was the first time I've had it in 3 or 4 months.
It tasted like Sonic to me. If you've ever had Sonic, had a Sonic burger,
no,
it's mustard flavor.
They use more mustard than they do ketchup and anything else.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like mustard on a burger. Sorry.
A burger?
I don't like mustard, period.
What's a burger?
It's definitely no In-N-Out burger.
Those are pretty good. In-N-Out. I've heard a lot of good about that, but that's all.
I had In-N-Out. In-N-Out is good.
I had In-N-Out in Dallas, I think, right outside of Dallas.
Yeah.
Hey, Louie. It's Louie De Palma.
Louie De Palma.
Yeah.
No, but I was hearing you guys talk about the thumbs downs and all that kind of stuff. I'll do a premiere video and we'll have like 3 thumbs down before the video's even premiered.
Those are the haters.
But do you get a lot of hate on your stuff? I mean, like your Instagram account's pretty impressive. You're pushing 6,000, almost 7,000 Insta followers.
Yeah, I know, and it drives me crazy because I want the swipe up. I don't know why. Well, that's not going to do anything for me. I just want it.
Yeah.
It isn't going to. I just want the swipe up.
Now, what's the swipe exactly do, Misty?
You can when you once you reach 10,000 followers on Instagram, you get the swipe up. So like I can say, watch my new YouTube video, and all they have to do is swipe up, and it'll link it.
Oh, nice.
So they don't have to like go off of Instagram.
I want to swipe up too.
I know.
I didn't know what that meant.
I'm always pushing Instagram.
Instagram is great. Instagram is great. And now I have started doing the live sales, and those have been going great. And I'd like to expand it into Instagram too.
I had my first offer from a Instagram follower on an item that I posted.
Yeah, that's what I do. Is I post a lot of stuff. Even when I go to auctions, not everything that I post on Instagram is mine, but it's unique signs and stuff like that. Like I have some signs and some stuff, and I mean I got a whole store full of weird junk. But like I like the stuff at the auction that a lot of it I can't get because I do my research on it, and like I'm like that sign's worth $150 and someone bids it up to 100. And I'm like, I don't think
all the time.
Yeah. Like I've got a couple of, if you look over there, I've got a couple of really cool Coke signs, and I've got that grill. That grill I picked up at an auction for $5. So like sometimes you can go out and go to an auction and the auction gods shine upon you and they give you a good deal like that. But most of the time, you don't get anything like that.
Usually when I'm looking at an auction preview at the pictures and I see that they have Coca-Cola things, or I see that they have a lot of car signs and tins, that you're not going to be able to touch that stuff with a 10-foot pole because you know that collectors are coming for those things. And I stayed at the end of the auction and I take the stuff that nobody wants. I make a lot of money doing that.
The money is made off the stuff that never makes it to the auction flyer. I'll show you one of the projects I just did.
Yeah, it's crazy. And the auctioneers, if you make friends with your auctioneers, they love you if you stay and you clean up what everybody else doesn't buy, because then they don't have to do it.
I love buying these old Crocs and stuff like that. And this is one that I painted, and it's, it was absolutely ugly. It was like an ugly yellow. And I'm like, ain't nobody going to buy that. But I was like, I paid $2 for it, and I put $7 on it inside the store. I'm pretty cheap on my stuff. But I figured that somebody, will come along and they'll want it. And I don't know, but I like the people who walk in and bring me stuff to buy. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
See, and I don't like that.
You don't?
I don't know why. I don't know why. I think it's because it takes the fun out of it for me. I want to go and find the stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to bring. And a lot of the times, then you're playing that dance where I'll give you this amount for it, and they're like, well, and then you're like, I got to make money off of it. I'm not.
That's the thing. Yeah. But I think that you do well. I don't know, are you introverted or extroverted?
I'm extroverted.
Really? See, I would figure that I'm super introverted and I don't like it when people come in, but I know that's when I'm going to make my best deals. And I just become matter of fact. I go from this, John, to, okay, what do you got? Let me look at it. I'll come over here to my computer, type in some keys. I go, okay, what do you want for it? And they're like, well, I want $50 for it. And if it sells for 150, ching, here's your $50.
Right.
Sometimes
I might say, key. That's the key too. You want them to tell you what they want for it.
Yeah.
Then you kind of know where you're at.
And I tell them, and then I'll try to be their friend. I'll be like, well, you're not going to insult me. Trust me. I don't know, but I know guys that whenever they'll do this routine, I've been taught this routine by other guys at the auction, and they will tell me, oh, they bring you in this nice pot, and it's a whatever pot, whatever piece of pottery. and you look it up, and it sells for $200, and if they tell you $50, cut it in half. That's what they tell. Cut 25 is what I can give for it, and I'm like, and I tried it a couple times, and that absolutely works. And people don't understand that the purpose of this building cost me like $900 a month. This is my Lamborghini. This is my sports car. When most guys turn 40, they go out and buy a sports car. I wanted a building because I'm a weirdo. But I love watching your videos. I'm kind of a fan. So, like, I don't want you to think I'm weird. I'm just glad to be on a live stream with you. Because I think that you remind me so much of the freaking Crazy Lamp Lady. You, like your mannerisms, the way you carry yourself. You two would be perfect together, like to go out thrifting. I'd love to see that happen. You should. I don't know how close you live to her, but.
Oh, I live in Indiana, and she's in
Pennsylvania, I think.
Yes.
Yeah,
but now we're doing a live show tomorrow night. We've been doing them with it's me and Alex from Chapter 2 Vintage Co., Ashley from Ashley Rose, and then we're going to have George the Antique Nomad on tomorrow night too. His videos are amazing. If you've not watched his videos, if you're wanting to learn more about vintage and antiques, I call it him. He's the professor. I have never seen someone that can just walk through an antique mall and pick something up and be able to tell you who made it, when it was made, what era it's from.
What's his name?
The Antique Nomad.
Comes up.
Mrs. Murphy's house, thanks for the $5 super chat. Thanks for doing a night show. Yes, these periodically, and I appreciate everyone that's been watching. So and the company that's joined me. So thank you.
Well, guys, I'm gonna fly. It's 1 o'clock. I got a 9 o'clock show in the morning.
Yeah.
Hey, tell the I said good night.
All right.
Thanks.
I'm all alive.
Everybody. Good night.
Bye.
Night, Chief.
That's awesome, Judge McCare. But yeah, I definitely I just subscribed to him and rang the bell and clicked all. So his thumbnails look good. He's got a good look. He's got good thumbnails.
He goes all over. That's why he's the Antique Nomad. So he's in Arizona. Sometimes he's in Florida. He sets up a lot of at antique shows, but he's also a certified appraiser as well. Wow. So if I have questions over anything, I'll send him a message, and like literally within 5 minutes, he's like telling me the whole history behind something.
That is too cool. What's the best item you've ever found? Have you had any crazy find?
I found a book that I paid $1 for, and I sold it for $500.
That's nice.
Wow.
That's because people don't know. People take books they don't understand that there's money in books.
No,
Good night, Don.
Night, Don.
That's one of the first, not the first place. Okay, question for you. First place, where's the first place you go? What room is the first room you go to when you walk into an estate sale?
I like tchotchkes and like kitschy stuff. So I usually go to the kitchen.
Yeah.
And look for the salt and pepper shakers. Look for I like the medicine bottles. So I'll go to the bathrooms.
That's where I go. The bathroom. That's where the best money is. 2 places in the house where you can get the best deals. 1 is the bathroom, and 2 is the dresser in the bedroom. That's where they keep the perfumes.
And the basement, because then you can go down
too,
and get the Christmas stuff.
The basement is a room all to itself. That's the Thunderdome down there. That's where a lot of people do go. And but I always, the best bang for the buck that I can count on almost every time I go to an antique or go to a sale like that is the bathroom. I look for old like topicals, old bottles, razors, stuff that's brand new in the box. I bought a bunch of zinc wraps for your, like if you have bad cellulitis or something on your leg, sold them for a bunch of money. Those are stuff that I make really good money on. And then the bedroom, I always do well with either the closets, clothing, and the jewelry, not jewelry, but I hardly ever get.
You know, I'm sure that you all have already thought about this, but I just came to this realization. Actually, I was filming a video, and the thought came to me as I was filming the video was no yard sales this year.
No. Sad. I know.
And yard sale season is just beginning where I live.
Yeah.
Well, it would have been.
I think there will be some.
I had been to a couple of them before this all started.
I think there will be some.
Yeah.
And I think that there won't be as many, but there'll be some deals to be found. But I think that you're going to see places like Facebook Marketplace explode with people trying to get rid of stuff. And if you can talk them down off that eBay price that they've looked up, then you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
That drives me crazy. I hate always hearing you go to buy something. Well, it sells on eBay for this price.
I went to a yard sale a couple years ago, and they had the eBay listing taped to the item. And I was like, and I left. I said, this is not how it's supposed to work. Garage sales don't work this way. You don't put the eBay listing on, tape it to the thing that you're trying to sell. I was disgusted, and I left.
If it sells for that, why would you have it listed on eBay?
That's
right.
And it's never the sold listing; it's the highest eBay listing they can find.
It's always
yeah.
I'll try to talk them out of it. I'll be like, you do realize that I'll say, I'm not trying to tell you anything, but I'd really like to buy this, and I'm going to say, I see what you're saying here, but I sell on eBay, and this item is going to bring this type of money if you ship it to California, New York, Illinois, and a few other states, Texas. But you're not going to get that. Like, I live in the state of Missouri, and we're not very wealthy here. And you're not going to get those California prices in Missouri. It's just not going to happen. And I try to explain that to them and say, now, after I've explained this to you, I think that this item is worth $77. Would you take 40 for it? And if they say yes, then sure. And if they don't, then they say no. If it's early in the morning, I just walk past it and I remember that yard sale, and I'll come back later and see if that stuff's still there and see if they're ready to negotiate too. It's tough.
I'd seen someone said that curbside pickups might be a good thing though too. And when we moved my daughter out of college or out of her apartment last weekend, because when you move your kids out of college, you're looking through the dumpsters. You're looking through the things that those brats are throwing away that their parents have bought them. They don't want to mess with, but I couldn't bring myself to do it because even the students were wearing gloves and masks, and I just didn't want to.
Yeah, it ain't worth it. And that's the thing that sucks. It could have been. I mean, I couldn't think of anything that would be. I mean, there are things that could be worse, like a meteor strike or aliens landing. But like the one thing that just really kind of screws the whole system over more than anything is a frickin' virus that you can't see, that you don't know. You're fighting an invisible enemy. And
do y'all think that the post office is going to stay strong, or do you think that's going to be a problem? We're going to
stay healthy. Yeah. As long as they don't start getting cases of it.
Yeah. I went today and they have big plastic wraps hanging over the counter.
Yeah, they have. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's what Pat was saying earlier.
And they're wearing masks now, hand sanitizer, and big plastic sheets hanging down.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I don't know. My brother's a postal carrier, so I need to ask him if he's kind of heard anything. But
I think, like John said, if they're healthy and if they're okay, they haven't caught anything, they'll probably continue. But if it's spreading and it's a lot of postmen out there, they're gonna end up closing it down.
Yeah, I think once we start seeing anything that's quote unquote government related starting to shut down, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna snowball from there. My
husband works for the government, and they're not shutting them down.
No, the government's the last people that are. Is he state or federal?
He works for the Department of Defense, federal.
Oh, so yeah, they're not going anywhere. That's awesome. That's a good job. See if you can get me a job too. I'll move to Indiana.
Well, Crane is a big naval base in Indiana, believe it or not. It's a huge naval base in the middle of southern Indiana.
Well, John, there's only
so
much that lives on surface. It doesn't live too long on surfaces, does it?
I think it's at 3 days.
I know it lives. Excuse me. It lives on different surfaces that has a different lifespan or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said it stays longer on something metallic or metal.
Yeah, I think like I heard that copper things it lives longer on like copper, and I had seen that, but you hear so many things, you don't know what's true and what's not true. It seems like.
Yeah. I don't know that I'm the count right now. The count of people that have been tested, it's so high. It's kind of scary. It's really scary. But I feel like it's a little bit over exaggerated too, because I've been to and I've a lot of relatives and people that work in hospitals that are saying that the hospitals are very quiet and there's like 2 or 3 people inside the hospital. So some of it doesn't add up either.
Well,
but I do know people personally that do have it. Mm-hmm.
Well, I think a lot of the hospitals, a lot of people sometimes are in there for elective procedures.
Yeah.
But I thought they stopped those elective procedures.
Well, that's probably why you're seeing a decrease. My wife works in a hospital, and her floor is an elective surgery recovery.
Yeah. I'm going to take it and I'm not running into politics, but I'm going to take it a whole lot more serious when it happens in a state that doesn't have something to gain in November if they get a different president. And I haven't seen any serious complications coming out of any place other than like California, New York, Chicago. When it happens in Fort Worth or some other predominantly conservative city, I'll be like, okay. And I hate to be that way, but I mean, just people are so opportunistic and they'll use anything to their advantage.
Yeah.
In both sides. I'm not saying just one side, but one side might do it a little bit more than the other.
Wow, that's scary.
My cousin said they took one of her relatives to the hospital just yesterday night to Cedars-Sinai, which is a Beverly Hills hospital here in LA, really big hospital. She took pictures of it, sent me the pictures of the parking lot where they had the tents all set up. No one's in there. There's no activity going on in the tents. She said inside of the hospital, there was only 3 people and they were the 3rd person. Very quiet, nothing crazy going on. She expected, to see so many people. She thought it would be chaotic and she was even afraid to take her dad there. But she said he was in and out and, and there wasn't really anything going on in there that she's seeing going on in the news. So it's kind of weird. I think the numbers are a little over exaggerated, but the thing is, it is real because I know people that do have it. There's one person right on my street that has it.
Wow.
Yeah, but I've also heard that the coastal cities are going to get it first because there's a lot more people that are traveling and through the waterways and stuff. I think that we're in the central part of the states we haven't seen the bad stuff yet. I think we're kind of on that. We're like a week behind or 2 weeks behind, like what New York is, what California is getting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But all I know is I still can't buy any toilet paper anywhere. So we have some. We did get some, but
our Dollar Generals in certain areas, they've been getting a lot of I do miss, I don't know if you know, but I do shopping for other people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Walmarts, you can't find it, or the bigger, but the smaller Dollar Generals in certain areas, they have them. Mm-hmm. They'll have like toilet paper and stuff like that. And
if you go, and like I said, I had heard someone say that Tylenol is going crazy because it's all made in China.
Well, and also because I guess with this COVID-19, you can't take Advil or ibuprofen because it actually makes it worse. So these are things that they're learning.
Yeah. And people need to stop going out. I don't know why. There are people still going out for things that are not necessary, and not central. I like just right now. They are going out.
You're trying to get people to change habits they've been doing forever. You know,
Could you imagine if we got it pretty easy though? Could you imagine if we didn't have the Netflix or the internet or we have it pretty good. I have to say.
Years ago. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, I couldn't.
Ed, I agree with you, and that's kind of the point that I was saying is that I'm not saying that it isn't bad in other places, but I just don't know. It might piss people off, but I just don't trust the media. How do you? I mean, I just don't trust them. I'm sorry. I don't trust people. I have a lot of trust issues.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to trust people that I've seen lie. I mean, they're all a bunch of liars. I think the best thing that it'd be not. I mean, if people cared about truth, we'd have term limits on senators. Nobody would be serving in the Senate for 30 years.
Yes.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot to learn from this because I was watching a thing last night how South Korea handled it much different, and we were too late to kind of jump. I see the panic and I see how the stores are. Imagine if this country a month ago would have said, "You got 48-hour notice. We're going to shut down for a month." I mean, the stores would have been wiped. There probably would have been looting in certain areas, and we're like Misty kind of says, we're spoiled in a lot of ways. We didn't take this serious enough, and because people were playing on it, we didn't know. We didn't honestly. A lot of it didn't know.
Yeah, they're not. People aren't taking it serious. Is what the problem is.
Wasn't there? There was these younger kids that were having corona parties, and then they all ended up getting sick.
Yeah, there was a wedding here 2 days ago. 200 people.
That's what it was. Yeah.
I don't know why they're doing those kind of gatherings still.
There were some riots last night in Newburgh.
Florida isn't on lockdown at all. I have a friend that lives in Florida, and she went to Hobby Lobby today, and they're not on lockdown. And I thought Florida was getting hit pretty hard, but
no, they're actually not. They shut their. They tried to shut, or the governor is going to shut down air travel from New York. There's states like Rhode Island. I read. I don't know if there's any legitimate. You don't know what to believe, but they said that some of the National Guard was going door to door in Rhode Island, making sure people from New York hadn't come to seek shelter in their state, and they'd put roadblocks up going into another state. I don't know. I'd seen pictures, but you don't know what to believe on the internet.
No, you don't.
So the people that are leaving from New York going to other states, are they residing in New York?
They're turning them back. I guess if they have New York license plates on their car, that's what I'd read a couple different stories. I don't know.
There was something posted in Florida that if you came, because a lot of people are snowbirds, they wanted you to self quarantine for 14 days because there is a lot of. I live in New York and New Jersey, and we're seeing signs up now around the area that we have a place called the Hideout, and they're putting signs up. And I had to do a delivery today. They would not let me in the security gate. And the lady knows me, and she goes, "I'm going to let you go through." They wanted me to go all the way around the other side, and because usually what happens is you need a special key card, and she let me in and stuff like that. But they're really, and a lot of our people, our county, you got to keep in mind, only has 55,000 people. And in my area within 5 miles only has about 2,500 people. But when they come up in the summer, our population can double, and you got a lot of people that are just scared and don't know what's going on, and they're worried about catching anything.
John just saying somebody was having 47 people in a DJ apartment with 500 square. Oh my God! Wow. See, it's things like that they shouldn't be doing.
That was Mardi Gras, before New House series.
I saw that too on CNN. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Louisiana's not you know, I mean, they don't have probably have a lot of the means to fight, you know, like say New York, you know.
New York, I think right now it's having the hardest time with it.
Well, yeah, because they're so overwhelmed. They don't have the bed capacity to take care of, and that's what they talk about, like the ventilators that just don't have the capacity to take care of that many people at one time.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah,
scary.
Mike is saying,
well,
but I don't think. I think that we're going to be like this. I think it's going to be at least for another couple months. Is my prediction.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I don't think we've
It's
seen.
not going to be Easter.
No,
I don't think we've seen
Easter's 19 days from today, isn't there? Something like that. It's not going to be by Easter.
My kids aren't going back to school. I've made that. I've talked to my wife about it, and I said that they won't be going back to public school this year. That either my school district calls it off, or they can come arrest me or whatever. But
no, I won't.
I think that it'll be called off.
Yeah.
No, I won't. I won't send mine either. I'll do homeschooling. I would rather.
They can send the stuff home, and I'll homeschool them next year. I don't care.
Yeah, my son's 17, and he said I've been because he is an introvert. He's been wanting to be homeschooled for years, and he's like, I've been preparing my whole life for this, and I'm like, but you know, he's pretty self-sufficient. I don't have to sit down and do the stuff with him all the time. But
so
if you didn't go to school, you'd never leave the house.
Detroit is another hot spot.
Oh my goodness! Oh,
I wonder why.
Guys, we're getting late. It's almost 1:30 here. If you guys want to push anything, or you guys anything doing this week as far as YouTube related, or Misty?
I'll be going. Well, it'll be on my friend Alex's channel. Hers is Chapter 2 Vintage Co. We're going on at 7 Eastern Standard Time. It'll be myself, Ashley Rose, and George, the Antique Nomad. Tomorrow.
Okay. What time?
7 Eastern.
Okay. And Anita?
just nothing special. Just my regular once a week videos that I'm going to continue doing.
Yeah. And John?
Follow me, don't follow me. I appreciate it either way. It don't matter. If you like me, follow me. If you don't like me, then follow one of these other people.
Follow Patdees.
Yeah.
Follow Pat.
Craig and his sidekick, the dog.
This is my virtual assistant. She decided to come in.
Oh, okay.
Nothing going on here.
Right. All right. Hey, guys, hang out a second before Misty, don't leave, because when we end it, I'll talk to you guys a couple seconds before we go. But real quick, want to thank everyone for stopping. I'm hoping to do another show probably about 2 more weeks.
Okay.
And I appreciate it. This is weird, strange times. And I hope, we don't come across negative talking about this, but this is affecting the world. I mean, we are in a worldwide recession, and I think, a lot of this starts at home in our own community. We got to stick together and talk about this without being mean-spirited or fear on one another, but some interesting times. So thank everyone for coming by. If you guys are watching this in the replay, if you guys could give me a thumbs up, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Stay safe, everyone.
Enjoyed it.
We're still live. The end broadcast. I'm getting it away.